All right, Shalom Israel. Welcome back to Wednesday night class. Good to see everybody in person and good to see everybody online as well. Shalom family. Hope your family is doing well. And we kind of want to continue on this note that we've been going on as far as extracting the attributes of Cain that we want to make sure that we run away from and that we have no significant elements in us that can be reminiscent of his character. So I know last week we talked about insecurity, and we had to kind of go there because that was a major emphasis in what started the actions of the first homicide. So we're going to continue on that same vein, but we're going to do a quick recap. But before we do, we want to say shout out and shalom to Cabo in Guatemala. Shout out and shalom to Amiatza in London. Also to the brothers Stream of Wisdom in Houston, Texas, Stream of Wisdom Norfolk, Virginia, and Stream of Wisdom Rochester, New York. And shalom to all the families that are scattered in the U.S. that watch from Florida to Georgia to California, so on and so forth. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Just on a quick recap, I know a week goes by fast, but it's hard to retrieve that same point of emphasis that we had last week. So we're going to do a quick recap. Let's go ahead and go to 1 John 3 and 12. And another brother get Matthew chapter 10, verse 21.
1 John chapter 3 and verse 12 reads.
Let's read that.
1 John chapter 3 and verse 12 reads, not as Cain.
Read verse 11 and 12 just so we know what we're talking about.
Got it. Saint selected. 1 John chapter 3 and verse 11 reads, for this is the message that ye heard from the beginning.
Go ahead.
That we should love one another.
Right, because that's the ultimate objective of why we do what we do and why we read the Bible, why we're students of the Bible, because we're supposed to be learning how to love each other and doing the things that it takes to love each other. Right? Read on.
Not as Cain.
So there's somebody that stands out. That's the antithesis of love. He is the opposite of what the Most High communicates as love. So he said, not as Cain. Yes, sir.
That's it too. So you would say that Cain is a foundational, principle of evil.
Yeah, I would say his example of love is not meant to be followed. But there's a lot to learn from him. But most importantly, he don't know how to love. That's the main thing, is that he's absence of the ability to love. But you're right, as far as what not to do comes from him. Read on.
Not as Cain, who was of this wicked, of that wicked one.
Go ahead.
And slew his brother.
He said he was of that wicked one and slew his brother. He was under the wrong influence. He wasn't under the right influence. He said it slew his brother. Read on.
And wherefore slew he him?
Go ahead.
Because his own works were evil.
So why did he slay him? Because he took it out on his brother for the things that he didn't do well. And what do you call that? That's pretty much envy and insecurity. Now give me the definition of envy. Give me the first definition of envy.
Envy.
And then I want you to get insecurity. Give me the first definition of insecurity.
Envy. 1828 Webster Dictionary.
Come on, everybody. Go ahead.
Point number 1. It says to feel uneasiness.
It says to feel uneasiness. Read on.
Mortification or discontent.
It says mortification. Mortification means I feel like I'm dying. Mortification, I feel like I'm dying on the inside. Or I'm not content, mean I'm not happy, I'm not satisfied. Why is that? Read.
At the sight of superior excellence.
It says it kills him. It kills Cain to see the sight of superior what?
Excellence.
So it hurts him. It feels like, he said it's mortification, like it's killing him to watch somebody do something better than him. So he said it's mortification or discontent at the sight of what?
Superior excellence.
So anybody that does something better, this guy can't take it. Yes, sir.
You said no man can be quiet when they feel insecure.
Yeah, we're going to get that on the next definition. Right. Read that next definition of insecure.
Insecure.
But you're right on time. Go ahead.
Insecure. It says not secure.
Not secure. Read.
Not safe.
I don't feel safe. I don't feel secure. What else?
Not confident.
So somebody else's superior excellence takes away my what?
My confidence.
It takes away my confidence. The question is, did I really have confidence then?
No.
The answer is no. If somebody's better method, better example, better lifestyle, better decision making, better discipline, better reward, if it makes me feel some type of way, then maybe I'm not the person that I thought I was to begin with. Maybe I was inflated somewhere. But he shows how that absence of confidence comes from a person that's insecure. And they're insecure because I don't like the fact that other people outshine me in a certain arena. What else you got in that definition?
It says not confident of safety.
Go ahead.
Used of persons.
Go ahead.
No man.
It said what?
It says no man can be quiet when he feels insecure.
It says no man can be quiet when he feels what?
When he feels insecure.
And that's the definition that Nagaha was bringing out. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, point. So you're saying that someone outside of himself is making him feel a whole different type of way.
Yes.
Just the presence of another person's situation of status is completely affecting that person. That would be another idea for insecurity, right? Another person's situation or another person's blessing, another person's lifestyle or rewards is having an effect on another person.
Yeah. Or another person's advantage.
Yeah.
Or another person's liberty. Or another person's freedom. Or another person's ability. All these things make me feel small, which is the object of envy and insecurity. It has everything to do with envy and insecurity. I don't feel so confident. I don't feel so strong. I don't feel so knowledgeable. I don't feel so capable because I see somebody do something that I'm doing better than me. And so therefore, they shattered my ideal about who I am.
And Abel was the younger brother, right?
Yes, Khan. Abel was the younger brother.
And this happens to us, especially in our dynamic. We have different age groups. You know, some older men come in, later than a younger man would, and they're just learning, and that can be an insecurity as well.
Yeah, Khan. If I see a younger man having more rank superiority, and I feel like I excel that individual, that can bother me. That can bring about insecurity and envy. It could stoke envy and insecurity. So we kind of got the definition. So let's go back to 1 John 3 and 12.
1 John chapter 3 and verse 12 reads, not as Cain, who was of that wicked, and slew his brother. And wherefore slew he him? Because his own works were evil, and his brother's righteous.
And his brother's what?
Righteous.
So we can never love somebody if we're envious of them. You can never love somebody that you're envious of. You can never love somebody that makes you insecure. And we're going to explain this. We're going to explain this in detail. But let's go ahead. This is just a recap. Let's go ahead and go back to Matthew chapter 10, verse 21.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 21.
Read that.
And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death.
I'm sorry. I said Matthew.
31, right?
It was Mark 10. I think I think last week it was Mark 10. Mark 10 and 21. Salaki. Trying to think about what we did last week. Yeah. Let's start at Mark chapter 10, verse 21.
Okay. Mark chapter 10, verse 21. Then Yahushua, beholding him, loved him.
It says, but this is the same man last week that we talked about that ran to Christ. He was sprinting to Christ. And he got to Christ and he kneeled down in front of Christ. And he asked Christ, what could I do to inherit the kingdom of heaven? So he ran off a list of things that are commandments. And he said, I've done all these things from my youth. And then Christ But behold the man, he beheld the man, looked at him, and what?
Loved him,
He said he loved him. Read.
and said unto him, one thing thou lackest.
They said, but we got to understand what that means when you love somebody. When you love somebody, you're willing to show them their defects. You're willing to show a person. When you love somebody, you're willing to tell them the truth about who they think they are and what they're not and what they are. Because the reason why you have to do that is because a lot of people live a dishonest life. A lot of people think they're in a place that they're really not at, or on a level that they're really not on.
I love how you brought out in the class about inflation. How a person inflate themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just I'm bigger than what I think I am.
Come.
But my situation is grander than what reality shows.
And
my head is grand.
In my head is grand. In my head, I have a grand imagination about who I am and what I am, and also what I'm capable of. Because a lot of us are misaligned when it comes to our capabilities. A lot of us think we're all powerful and have all abilities, and there's a lot of things that are that you can troubleshoot about our methodology, about our mannerisms, about the way we live life and our choices that we make. There's a lot of holes that we have in our character, and we're not as bulletproof as we think we are. And so you love somebody, you're willing to show them and tell them and explain to them what is so evidently wrong with them so that they can fix it. They can fix it. They can work on it. Not to rub it in somebody's face, not to mock somebody, not to nanny boo-boo.
Yes.
And I'm not trying to make fun of you and mock you because I can see all your flaws. No, that's not the purpose of it. The purpose of explaining what's missing in a person is so that they can be conscious of it and put their strength into filling those gaps and filling those holes. They can put their strength into fixing themselves. But you have to give them the truth. Obviously, it's opposite of how they feel. It's opposite of what they consider is right about them. Because that's what we like to do, is look at all the things that are right about us. We like to look at our highlight tapes and play our highlights. But we don't like to look at our failures. We don't like to look at our mistakes. And damn anybody that is willing to point out our mistakes, because then we hate them too. And that's just how we are as people. But Christ, he said he beheld the man and he loved the man. And you love somebody, what are you willing to do?
And said unto him, one thing thou lackest.
He said, man, you close. You're already close to the kingdom, but you're missing something. And it would behoove us, if we were honest and lived honest lives, that we allow somebody to tell us what we're lacking.
God.
Because if we're honest about ourselves, we're lacking many things. This man was close. I would say this man is closer to the kingdom than we are. Because Christ said, you only lack one thing. But if we're honest about ourselves, we lack a lot of things.
And if we're honest, you would say, well, good looking out.
Yeah. I'm glad I got somebody here to give me a second opinion about the way I feel about myself.
It's a kindness.
It's a kindness. Let the righteous smite me, right? It should be a kindness. But do we take it as a kindness? No, not all the time. But he says, one thing you're what?
One thing thou lackest.
Go ahead.
Go thy way. Sell whatever thou hast.
He said, listen, I'm going to tell you what you're missing. And if you can do this, you've punched your ticket to the kingdom. You bought your ticket to the kingdom of heaven if you can do this. He said, go that way and do what?
Sell whatever soever thou hast.
Obviously, Christ, if he's telling them the truth, he obviously sees a man full of embellishment. He obviously sees a man full of flamboyancy. And because he got a little something about him.
He got pizzazz.
He got riz, like this young generation. The young generation say he's got riz. Riz is just short for charisma. You know, but the young generation call it riz. Young boppers call it riz. He got a lot of riz.
Yeah.
He got a lot of charisma. Whatever he got, obviously Christ is pinpointing. You got a lot of spirit about yourself, bravado about yourself. Read on.
Sell whatsoever thou hast.
Where he said, let that go. Get rid of it. Get rid of what you got. Read.
and give to the poor.
Go give it to the poor. Go give it to the people that don't have. Read on.
And thou shalt have treasure in heaven.
And he says, then you shall have what?
Treasure in
He
heaven.
said, then you'll have some treasure in heaven. Man, go ahead.
And come, take up the cross.
And he said, and also, as you go dispose of your resources, he says, take up the cross, which means a lifestyle after Christ. Read on.
And follow me.
And follow Christ. Sounds easy. If a man that wants to get to the kingdom, that don't sound too difficult of a set of instructions to get to the kingdom. Read on.
Verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 22. And he was sad.
And he was what?
And he was sad.
Why would somebody
That's a problem.
give you the answer to the kingdom of heaven, man, and you don't like the answer?
That's a real good question.
That's your week.
He's talking to some man.
Yeah,
He's telling him the answer to the test.
he's talking to the author of salvation. Christ is the author of
He
salvation.
knows it.
He knows how to get. Christ wrote the book of salvation on salvation, how to get to the kingdom. If you want to know how to get to the kingdom, the guy that you need to speak to is right there.
Right in front of you.
He's right in front of you. But why would that guy's truth make you sad? Read.
And he was sad at that saying.
Oh man, he was sad at the same. Why would the truth make somebody sad? Read.
And went away grieved.
And he went away grieved.
Greed.
It was
Man,
grieved.
that means intense.
You know what? It bothered him to his core. Because you know what the truth of it is? When you come into Christ, you got some decisions to make. You have to, and that's what Christ did. Christ brought him to the crossroads of his decision making. You can't fluff now. It's either you choose me and follow me, or you go live your life according to how you see fit. And that's where every man got to get to. You got to get to the point of the road of honesty, the fork in the road. Do I put down what I've collected as what brings me security and safety and what brings me confidence? Am I willing to put that down and come and follow Christ? I know for a fact, for those brothers in the truth that decommitted from the trajectory and the path that they were on in life, and they were willing to give up their careers, give up their direction, their hopes and dreams, and come and follow Christ. For those that you know, when the scripture says the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are what? Few. He says, pray to the Father that he go forth and bring forth more laborers. So when we're called into this truth, we were given the option of saying, hey, brother, listen, why don't you come off that job and come in with the camp 100%, full force. You know how shaky that is? You know how shaky men get when you tell them to come off your job?
Yeah.
You know how shaky men get when you tell them, hey, man, I know you got your Christmas bonus coming up, but we don't believe in Christmas anyway.
No.
We worked that day.
Yeah, we work on it. Yeah. Yes, sir.
No, I was gonna say I was put in that position, having to come into the camp, and I second guessed.
Yeah, of course you're going to second guess it.
I was secure with the knowledge for a whole year, and then when I got told, "Hey, why you come move in the brother's house?"
That's not a good feeling. When you get that call, like, hey, man, why don't you relocate?
Yeah.
Why don't you go to the brother's house and really learn what it means to be in Christ? No, I'll do it from here. I'll do it from my house.
I think I'm good.
I'm good. I'm okay. I'm okay from here.
I'm scared.
Yeah. You know, my job don't give me those days off. I'll just come around when I can.
Yeah.
No, that ain't what the Most High want, man. It said we're supposed to put down our nets and become fishers of men. What does that mean? I got to put down what I was doing, my occupation, and go be about what it takes to fish men. The real job is fishing men. It's winning souls and bringing people to Christ. That's a real job. Everything else is just paying bills and paying taxes.
The routine life.
Right. But the real job is winning souls and bringing souls to Christ. And the hopes of repairing people. But you got to tell people the truth. And for people that aren't willing to make that sacrifice, that's very problematic and it's troublesome for those that don't want to make that full commitment to this commission. They don't want to make that full commitment. They're stutter stepping, half stepping, second guessing.
Yeah.
thinking like, man, what if I let this go and I don't have a backup plan? What's going to be my backup plan? You know, Christ is your backup plan. The Most High is your backup plan. The best backup plan you can have anyway.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing that we have or do is really guaranteed anyway. So this man he's in that complexity of a decision making. Do I stay or do I go? Everybody got to get to that point. Everybody needs to get to that point where they stay or they go, because otherwise I'm just living a lie. So this man chose to go.
Because in his mind, hey man, I'm guaranteed the kingdom. What more have I? What like I yet?
Yeah.
What like I yet? Okay, sell everything you have and commit your life really to the poor, the people that are in need. And they might not be poor financially, but they're poor mentally.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever it is,
ability.
Wherever it is you can't pay it off, you have to sit here and engage with the person's ups and downs, and your stability is contingent on their ups and downs.
Right. When you say your stability is contingent upon their ups and downs, meaning your stability is based upon how strong you're interconnected with those individuals. Yeah. So now if they're not strong, then it affects me directly. Mm. If they have a bad day or a bad week, or if they fall back into their vices, it affects me directly. Yeah. Because when I'm interconnected and intertwined with somebody, then, whatever they do don't matter to me whatsoever, because it don't affect me directly. Yeah. But what happens when you tie yourself into the weak? When they make weak decisions, who does it affect?
One suffer.
You.
Everybody suffers.
You. And you know what men don't like? Men don't like being committed to that level where somebody else's foolishness could become troublesome to my household. And bothersome and plague my household. I'd much rather serve Christ from a distance where I'm not so interconnected, where your mistakes affect all of us. That ain't Christ. Christ said that there should be no schisms in the body. 1 Corinthians chapter 12. There should be no schisms in the body, no weaknesses in the body. The only way that can happen is those that are strong do what? Bear the infirmities of the weak and not please yourself. That means you got to come off something. In order for the weak to get strong, you have to come off something.
But your infirmities make me sick.
Yeah.
Your weaknesses affect me.
Yes. And that's what it means to really be in Christ. But if everybody else want to serve Christ from a distance, well, you're not troubled at the conditions of the body. And that's not really what Christ is asking us to do. And that's why this man right here is having a problem. He's having a problem with the reality of his decision making, for the fact that whatever you're thinking that you're doing to the Most High, it doesn't really matter unless you're willing to make the biggest, grandest, most important sacrifices. Which is what? Read on.
Verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
And he was sad at that saying, and went away grieved, for he had great possessions.
It says, for he had what?
Great possessions.
It says, for he had great possessions. So he's showing you how the greater the possessions that I possess, the more attached it is to my ego, my character, and my identity.
Yep.
And the harder it is to break free from that ego, character, and identity. God. Because I obviously, those resources, those possessions were now connected to his confidence and his security. And like we talked about last week, when you take that away, when you take away what a person thinks is their security, they feel stripped, they feel vulnerable, they feel exposed, they feel naked when you take away my security.
And that's one that envieth himself.
Yes. Yep. And so let's go now to Matthew chapter 16, verse 23, so we can wrap up this recap real quick. Let's go Matthew 16, 23.
God, Matthew chapter 16, verse 23. But he turned and said unto Peter, get thee behind me, Satan.
That's why Christ called Peter what?
Satan.
He called Peter Satan to his face. The adversary, Satan.
Now, was that extreme statement?
That is extreme. To call the man that you gave the keys to the kingdom of heaven, to call him Satan, that's pretty extreme. But why is that extreme? Read on.
Thou art an offense unto me.
They say you're offensive to me. You're an offense to me. You offend my whole purpose. You offend what I'm about. You misrepresent me. Why? Read.
For thou savorest not the things that be of the Most High.
Because what you care about is not about what the Most High is about. Anytime we care about something that's not about what the Most High is about, we're offensive to Christ. And get that definition of savor. SAVOR. Hold that up, man.
Savor.
Just get whatever when you come up. The quality.
It says, savor. 1 and 2. The quality which renders a thing valuable.
It says the quality which renders a thing valuable. So what he's saying is, whatever Peter's values are, they don't align with the values of the Most High in Christ.
Wow.
Whatever his values are. So just like the young rich ruler walked away sad and grieved because he had many great possessions, the things he valued, that he qualified as a value, it wasn't in line with what it takes to get to the kingdom. So he had to make a decision. Do I hold on to the things that I think are valuable, or do I let it go and trade it off to get to the kingdom of heaven? That's why you know what Christ is saying is way beyond commandments. That's how you know this is not saying there's nothing wrong with the commandments. There's nothing wrong with the commandments. But the entrance to the kingdom goes beyond commandments. It goes at the core of what do you think is valuable, and how much you're willing to hold on to it or let it go.
Yeah. Amazing.
So he says, read that again.
It's at the core of what we personally value. A lot of us value different things. We value personal time. We value image. We might not have those situations to value, but there's something we do value that's not in alignment with Christ.
Yes. You know, it's been told when you tell a sister wear a dress and she just can't wear a dress.
Real.
It's like, wow, you just can't wear a dress. You just can't put a dress on.
Why is it?
You know, because she may feel like, you know what? I look weak. That may look weak to me.
Yeah.
You know, a woman may have more of a tomboy spirit on her. Yeah. Grew up with a bunch of dudes, bunch of brothers.
Yeah.
I feel more comfortable wearing pants.
Some basketball shorts.
Basketball shorts and some Jordans.
I can't see myself
with a tank top. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm just more, you know, I just kind of associate myself with, you know, more masculine energy. You know,
one of the boys.
One of the boys.
More modern. That's old fashioned.
Yeah, that's old fashioned. Yeah, that's so troublesome. But you know, you see women and men have trouble with some of the most slightest things that you wouldn't think a person is willing to hold on to when it comes to their salvation. When they got salvation on the line.
Yep.
But you got people that hold on to a variety of values that don't align with the values of the Most High in Christ. They just don't. And that's what we talked about last week, about attaching ourselves incorrectly to fake values and estimations and beliefs that don't align with the Most High. Things that are important that we consider are not really that important to the Most High in Christ. Right? And that's what it was about last week. We talked about last week also about the man that spent, was it 80,000 or 180,000?
Well, there's two. One spent 170, others spent 80,000. Some people had a cheaper price, like 30,000. They had different clinics at different prices.
Yeah.
Based on how much you can spend. All you gonna get is
I guess if you ain't got that much money, you only get about 2 inches. He said, man, you can't win with 20 grand. I only got enough titanium to get you up 2 inches, man.
I'll break your leg still, though.
Now, if you want to bring in a 50 piece, you want to bring in 50 grand, I can get you up to 5-6 inches.
Yeah.
We talked about last week about how the extreme pain that several men went through to add height to their stature. And they said that because they were short, they were insecure, that they didn't get attention from women.
Yeah.
So the idea was about breaking my legs, inserting rods and metal into my bones, and extending the length of my legs and my shins. You know how painful it is to hit your shin on the edge of a bench?
Come on.
To hit your shin on the bumper of a car, but to purposely break the shin, then break the leg bone, to extend yourself in height, to put some titanium rods in there to go up in height,
To get a number.
to get some phone numbers, to get a kiss.
Yeah. Do you like me now?
Man, go to your mama and get a kiss.
Yeah.
You want to kiss that bad? Oh, grandma got nothing but kisses.
And there's a song about that too.
But you do all that, you go through all that just to go up in height.
Yeah.
So it just shows you or you got women that do these complete transformations with the surgeries on the butt lifts, the tummy tucks, the stomach bands, what do you call it? What do you put the lap band surgery? When you put the band around your stomach and make your stomach small on purpose?
No, it's called.
Tummy tuck?
No, it's a certain like it's a tube.
That's internal.
It's a tube. They have a tube. A gastric bypass.
A gastric bypass.
Gastric bypass.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So I had a neighbor that died. My next door neighbor died because she went and she was overweight. She loved tamales. It's the food. I ain't blaming on just tamales, but it's the food. It's the culture. You know what I'm saying? It's the flowers, the food. Hey, I eat tamales. I ain't tripping, man. They can't be pork though.
Pork free.
But she loved tamales. But she cooked good. She ate good. But she didn't want to change the diet. But she went to the extreme of just altering the body. And she passed away. She got an infection. And 2 weeks later, she passed away from the surgery. She had an infection. It didn't go right. Yes, sir.
No, I was just going to say, add to your point, 70 to 80% of people that go through that process end up dying or having internal injuries.
Or they gain the weight back anyway. Or they regain the weight back. But sometimes there's medical, you got to do certain things for medical purposes. I'm just saying, but when you're dealing with just beautification, because I don't like who I am, that's different. Now, if you putting your body through torment and extreme conditions,
Yeah.
because you're just trying to beautify yourself because you're insecure, that's a problem. And that's what we're looking at. The talked about last week. We're not gonna go over it, but this is just a recap about the things that people do because they don't feel confident about themselves. They don't like who they are, so they go through these different alterations and changes. When that's not what the Most High values, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that we do that we add to ourselves, that we make, and changes that we make about ourselves that are misaligned from the Most High's value. Now, last point on this recap: 1 Samuel 16:7.
First Samuel chapter 16 and verse 7.
Somebody else give me 1 John chapter 2 verse 21.
1 Samuel chapter 16 and verse 7. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance.
He said, but the Most High said what?
Look not on his
He
countenance.
said, look not on his what?
On his countenance.
Read.
Or on the height of his stature.
The Most High said, don't look at his countenance. When you're looking at a person, he said, he was telling Samuel about choosing a king. He said, don't look at his countenance and don't look at the height of his what?
Stature.
Don't look at the height of his stature, because people, men and women, quantify and care about the value of height, the value of being taller. This is why women go through painful situations and putting on Japanese high heels where the damn toes, you got them hammer toes, and your toes look like a bag of pig knuckles, because, hey, I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, because you never seen pig knuckles? Yeah, in the jar?
Yeah.
Because I push my feet into this shoe, and I wedge my toes down so bad that I've developed bone spurs, and I've developed abrasions and also contortions on my toes because I wanted to feel taller. And I wanted to feel, so I wanted to go up in them heels. I wanted to feel taller. So it's no different than what men do when it comes to putting them damn rods in their leg. You're still subjecting yourself to a lot of pain just for the false idea that I'm taller because I don't like my height. Because that's important to people. And people's values are not what the Most High values.
Right.
But I'll be so discontent and I'll be so insecure that I'll go through all kind of things to make myself feel better. And I'll push myself in an uncomfortable position. Yes, sir.
And the bad thing about that surgery too, with the lengthening, right? You talk about the legs. Long term, the problem is it also you had psychological issues after that too. So you go through the pain thinking that you're gonna get tight, you're gonna get taller, but you still end up being more insecure because of the pain that you're going through, that discomfort. That's just a side effect based off that surgery too.
I could believe that. I could believe that. So I could believe that. So say it again.
Like a trauma.
Like a trauma associated with it.
Yeah.
But when like a woman take her high heels off, man, them toes are throbbing, man. Them toes are thumping like speakers.
They say beauty is pain.
Yeah, beauty is pain. Man, it ain't worth it. And not to the Most High. He said beauty is vain and favors the deceitful. To the Most High, that's not what he cares about. The whole point is there's a lot of things that we hold on to that is not really important. There's a lot of things that we care about that the Most High is like, that's really not that important. I'm really not looking at that. That's not what I look at as a value. Read on.
But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature.
Read.
Because I have refused him.
It said, because I what?
I refused him.
You could be tall and handsome. That don't mean the Most High is acceptable. You could be the height of a runway model. That doesn't mean you're acceptable in the eyes of the Most High. You could have the body of a runway model. That doesn't mean you're acceptable in the eyes of the Most High. You could be 6'8", 6'10", 7 foot. That doesn't mean the Most High accepts you. It's just not the things we quantify on illusion. They're not reality. Read on.
For the Lord seeth not as man seeth.
And that's the problem. Our values don't align with the Most High's values because we don't see things the same way. We don't see what's important. The Most High care about a woman being silent and loving, virtuous, showing discretion and modesty. All those things are values, but that ain't what women value. For a man, the Most High values a man being blameless, virtuous, showing courage, fortitude, long-suffering, patience, meekness, lowliness. But that ain't what man care about. Different value system, right? So he said what?
For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance.
It says because man put all the emphasis where?
On the outward appearance.
That's the 90% of a man's effort or a woman's effort is in the outward appearance.
Yeah.
It ain't got nothing to do with the inside. All the work. If you spend 2 hours getting dressed in the morning, but you don't spend 2 hours studying, that's an hypocrisy.
Yeah.
I need to get up 2 hours early to get to work so I can get myself together, so I can look right to go to work. But I don't put 2 hours early in the morning to feed my spirit so I can look right in the spirit in the eyes of the Most High. So values don't align. I'm putting the work in the wrong place. If you're taking 2 hours to get to work, to get yourself together, but you don't study, you don't put 2 hours in your spirit, that's a problem. There's a problem. A man will spend 2 hours in the gym, but won't spend 20 minutes in the book. That's a problem. Or I work 2 hours overtime. I'm trying to get that overtime. I'm trying to get that bonus. I'm trying to get extra money. But I won't put 2 hours overtime in the praying or studying.
Yeah.
Misalignment. He said, because man cares about what?
It says, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Most High looketh on the heart.
Where's the Most High beaming in at?
On the heart.
He's checking your heart. He's checking your mind. That's what the Most High is checking out. He ain't all the aesthetics. All the aesthetics is vanity. All the aesthetics is vanity. The Most High he's checking the inside. Let me check out the inside of this person. What's the person thinking like? How do they think? How do they look? How do they forgive? How long suffering are they? How meek are they? Let me check them. Let me check this person out. Is this person patient? Let me find out. Right. Let me hold back from blessing them a little bit. Let me see where their mind is at.
Is he all sacrifice with no mercy?
Yeah, all sacrifice but no mercy. All take and no give. The Most High's checking. So let's go to 1 John chapter 2, verse 21. And then we'll move forward in the top.
1 John chapter 2 and verse 21 reads, I have not written unto you, because ye know not the truth.
It says, I have not written unto you. Read it one more time. I want you to read it clear.
Okay. 1 John chapter 2 verse 21 reads, I have not written unto you,
Go ahead.
because ye know not the truth.
He says, I didn't write this unto you because you don't know, you know not the truth, meaning you know what the Most High expects. What we read in the Bible is just a reminder of the expectation of the Lord. That's what the purpose of this writing is. That's the purpose of this of us studying. These are just the reminders, the rehearsal of what the Most High's expectation is. So it's not like we don't read the Bible for the purpose of that. That's why we read the Bible. Read on.
But because ye know it,
He said, because you know what? Because you know it. Because all you got to do, if you want to know what the Most High care about, all you got to do is read the Bible. And you can recalibrate your value system, the quality of whatever you think is valuable. You can recalibrate it based upon how much attention you give the word of the Most High. Read on.
but because ye know it,
It said, but because you know it, read on.
and that no
It
lie,
said, and also, why did the Most High lay it out in detail what his value system is? Why did the Most High make it so easy? Brother, give me Revelation chapter 1, verse 3. Real quick. And then come back to this, my wallet.
Come. Revelation chapter 1, verse 3.
Yeah, read that real quick.
Blessed is he that readeth.
Why is it such a blessing to read? Because you get to understand what the Most High, his value system is, and you get to realign your mind according to it. He said, blessed is he that what?
Readeth.
Go ahead.
And they that hear.
It says, and they that what?
Hear
What?
the words of this prophecy.
Go ahead.
And keep.
And not only just hear it, but to do what?
And keep
Go ahead.
those things which are written therein.
So what's the purpose of reading the Bible?
Reading, keeping the things that are therein.
Reading, hearing it, and then keeping it and doing it. Retaining and doing it. That sounds like a conversion to me. That sounds like what the Most High, fulfilling the Most High's expectation to me. And you get blessed for it. Now read that again, I wanted that last part.
come. It says, and that no lie is of the truth.
It says, and that no lie is what?
Of the truth.
So what's the lie? Is the words of the Most High a lie?
Lie.
Or the lifestyle we live and the things that we that pertain to us as, that we commit as values, that we look at as values, which one is the lie?
Like,
It's the life we live. It's the way we live. And it's the way we look at things that are not that important. That's the lie. And the Most High said that no lie is of the what?
of the truth.
No lie is of the truth.
So if I'm not living according to the Most High's purpose for me, then I'm living a lie.
Then I'm living a lie. All right. And so with that, that was the recap from last week. So we're going to move on from there. Let's go to Genesis chapter 4, verse 7. Let's go to Genesis chapter 4, verse 7.
Now in Genesis 4 and 7,
Yeah. Let me put this up on the computer. Yes, sir.
Genesis 4 and 7. If thou doest well,
It said, if thou doest well, what?
shalt thou not be accepted?
What did the Most High tell Cain? If you do well, you'll be what?
You'll be
Accepted?
You'll be accepted. Read on.
Thou doest not well,
But if you don't do well, read.
sin lieth at the door.
It says sin lies where?
At the door.
So it sounds like he's giving them options. It sounds like he's giving them options. And he says, you can either be acknowledged, which is option one. Who had Matthew 16? Give me verse 24. So he gave Cain option. He says, if thou doest well, will thou not be accepted? Meaning, if you do what's right in my eyes, then and make the things that important to me valuable, then hey, I'll acknowledge your work. You get blessed. And an example of this and what it takes. Read that right there.
16, Matthew 16:7.
No, 16:24.
16:24. Sorry.
Mhm.
Matthew 16:24. Then said Yahushua unto his disciples, if any man will come after me,
He said, but if any man come after me, read.
let him deny himself.
So if what it takes to give the Most High what he wants, if thou doest well, when he was telling Cain what it takes to do, when he says, if thou doest well, what didn't Cain want to do? Cain didn't want to put the Most High first. He didn't want to give the Most High his off the top.
That's a lot of people's problem.
That's a lot of people. That's why the class is called Unbecoming Cain.
Okay, that makes sense.
This is why the class is titled the way it is.
Yeah.
Because we got to recognize if there's some Cain in us. And if it is, we need to root it out. Because that was the issue, was not putting the Most High first. He put himself first. Yes, sir. I want you to speak up just a little bit.
I was thinking about this. When you read a book, you don't read it for the title, you read for what it's supposed to be. Say it's a science book, I mean like science. That's you're not reading it for the title, you're just reading it for the science.
You made a great point, young man. How old are you? You're 10 years old. You made a great point. When you read a book, you don't read it for the title, you read it for the material that's in it. You know how many people read titles and read the forward and read the back cover, yeah, or the what do you call it, the appendix,
Forward,
the forward and the appendix,
yeah,
and then they try to write a whole report on the book and they didn't read the book. Yeah. How many people do that in school? They ain't got no knowledge of what's going on the inside. But I'm just trying to get through this and rush through this project. So I'm just try to mix and match what I think the book says. I'm gonna just flip through it a couple times. I'm gonna read the table of contents and then write a whole book report on it. Didn't read it. See, man, I like what you're saying, young man, because what you're saying is people are very surface. People look at the surface of things. They don't look at the deep interior things on the inside of a person, which matters to the Most High. And that's an excellent point. So where we at in verse 24?
Matthew 16:24. Then said Yahushua to his disciples, if any man will come after me,
He said, if any man come after me, read.
let him deny himself.
If you're going to do well, like the Most High told Cain, part of that doing well means what?
deny.
You got to deny yourself. That means what you think is important to you, you might have to give that up. You have to give up what you think is important. You got to give up your values and pick up the Most High's values. He said, let him deny himself. Read on.
And take up his cross.
Then take up his cross. Meaning, and whatever comes with you denying yourself, deal with it and keep moving. Deal with it and keep moving. Keep moving forward. Read.
And follow me.
Read.
For whosoever will save his life.
It said, but if you save your life, if you think that your life is more valuable and what you want to hold on to is more valuable, read on.
Shall lose it.
If you want to hold on to the way you look at things, you're going to lose your life. Read.
And whosoever will lose his life for my sake.
That's the question.
Let me finish this. And then
Shall find it.
It said, whoever shall lose it shall what?
Shall find it.
Shall find it. You'll find your life if you're willing to give something up. But what the Most High wants us to give up is that incorrect value system. Yes, sir.
And you were basing, you told the man previously that he was possessed by many possessions.
Yeah.
He couldn't give up his possessions and live.
He was grieved.
He was
And
grieved.
sad because the requirements to follow Christ meant him giving up his great possession.
So if he couldn't give up his life, is it safe to say that that person's life boils down to their insecurities?
Yes.
Because I'm in the pursuance of this body. I'm in the pursuance of this stature. I'm in the pursuance of this income. I'm in the pursuance of this kind of woman. I'm in the pursuance of these different factors, quote unquote, power symbols. The world calls it power symbols.
Okay.
I'm in pursuit of power symbols because that makes me feel secure.
Yes.
So if a person gives up their life, they're giving up their pursuit of those worldly power symbols.
Yes.
So is it safe to say if I give up my insecurity, then I can be in Christ? If I don't give up my insecurities, I can't be with Christ.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what last week was about. Why didn't that man continue following Christ after Christ gave him the answer? Why didn't he continue with him? Because he would have been insecure without his resources. That insecurity was so strong in him, it kept him out of the running for the kingdom. He wasn't willing to forfeit that. That's something he didn't want to give up.
And also, like, if you come to follow Christ and you're in this walk and you're saving, your what makes you secure in this walk, you're gonna find yourself surviving. You're gonna find yourself in preservation mode, and it gets harder and harder.
Yes, it does. Give me Genesis 4:7 again.
Genesis 4:7. If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted?
Go ahead.
And if thou
so we know what being accepted means. That means, denying yourself. Give the Most High what he wants first versus what you think is important. Read on.
And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door.
And if you don't do what the Most High is requiring to get you rewarded, he says sin lieth where?
At the door.
Read on.
And unto thee shall be his desire.
Go ahead.
And thou shalt rule over him.
Read.
And Cain talked with Abel his brother.
Go ahead.
And it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him.
Cain woke up and chose violence. The Most High said, if you don't give me what I'm asking for, then sin lieth at the door. Remember getting to that point where there is no gray area? The Most High, Christ told that man directly, with no frills and no fluff and no smoke. If you're missing something, young man, give up what you got, follow me, and you'll have treasure in heaven. He brought the man to the fork in the road. A lot of us got to get to that point where somebody got to show us to the fork in the road where we're either going to choose the Most High or choose our own life. And the Most High brought that same fork to Cain. Either you're going to do what I asked for and you'll be accepted, or you're going to not do it and sin going to lie at the door. Which path did Cain take? He chose violence. You know what that means? That means I'd rather not be honest with what my issues are. I'd rather live a lie and just go full-fledged into me. That's what Cain chose. A lot of us choose that by not giving the Most High what we want, but continue to indulge in whatever it is our pleasure is or our thought process is. You know the will of the Lord. We all know the will of the Lord, hopefully by now. But that's what Cain chose. He chose violence. He said, what again?
Then Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him.
Was that his only option? Was that the only choice? Was that the only choice given to him? No, that wasn't the only choice given to him.
I had nothing else I could do. I had nothing else to do.
And we're gonna discuss that too. We're gonna discuss that when people say, "Well, I didn't have no choice." We're gonna bring that up in a minute. But was that his only choice?
No,
it wasn't. And you know what that means? That means instead of watching people be honest with what their issues are, but yet they turn the other way, you try to tell them what's good for them. The Most High told Cain, "This is good for you. If you do as well, you'll be accepted. Go this way." Give me Ezekiel 33:11. So what's sad is when you give somebody the right information to set them on the right path so they can make the right decisions and they choose to go opposite. That's one of the most painful things to watch, is somebody willingly make the wrong choice that's anti the Most High's direction or anti the direction of Christ. And you know it's not going to be good for them. But you sitting there like, damn, man, I only wish this person would snap out of whatever it is that they think is important and wake up one day and realize that what the hell they're doing is really not that important. And whatever spell they're under, whatever spell's been cast on them, I hope that spell breaks, because they're moving in the wrong direction, and they got the wrong energy about them, and they got the wrong outlook, and they got the wrong mentality. To sit back and watch a person fail, knowing that that's not their only option, sucks. And it's painful, not only for the Most High to watch it, but it's also painful for us to watch it. We watch it too.
Yeah.
We watch men deliberately make bad decisions that cause them to suffer and everybody around them to suffer. Even though you may have the best desire to want to see them succeed, they just won't make the changes.
Yeah.
They just won't make the adjustments. And it's painful to watch somebody that has potential, that's this close, like Christ told that young rich ruler, man, you almost there. You're not far. You're this close. Just make this adjustment. You know how painful that is to watch when somebody that has potential is this close to being accepted by the Most High, but they don't want to let go of their mentality or their thought process. You know how painful that is? Get that in the verse. Whoever got it.
Come. Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 11.
Go ahead.
Say unto them, as I live, saith the Lord, Yahweh, I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked.
What does the Bible say?
It says, saith the Lord, Yahweh, I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked.
It said, the Most High said, let them know. Let them know that this comes out of the Most High's mouth. He's telling Ezekiel to let us know, the children of Israel, that he has no pleasure in the death of what?
Of the wicked.
What is so obviously the Most High doesn't want us to make the wrong choice. He'll let us make the wrong choice, but that's not his pleasure. He don't want to watch us make the wrong choice. Neither do we want to watch a brother or a sister that has potential to serve the Lord and be blessed continually make piss poor bad decisions that get them cursed. Read on.
But that the wicked turn from his way.
The Most High said, man, what I would like, as far as the Most High's pleasure is concerned, is that the wicked do what?
Turn from his way.
The Most High likes to see change. He likes to see evolution. He likes to see growth. He likes to see maturity. He don't like to see people stay stuck in a rut, but he'll leave them in a rut if they want to be left in a rut. You will be left in a rut where nothing you do is blessed, and everything you touch turns bad and goes to hell. The Most High will let your production go nowhere and be vain. And all you have in life, like they say, if it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have none. Well, all your testimony is, all I got is, I got luck, all right, but it's bad luck. Well, that's what you want. That's what you choose. That's what you like.
Like how you mentioned that fork in the road, he's saying that once you hit that fork in the road and you decide to err, you can still find your way back. Come back from your ways.
You're still a way back. That's still a way back. And that's why I say it's painful for the Most High to watch somebody not want to make the right decision and continue going down a path that they obviously been shown this is not good for you. Why you keep killing yourself? Why you keep hurting yourself? Yes, sir.
So the Most High is trying to tell us that it's possible as long as we make the adjustments. But we tell ourselves, damn, I've been doing this for so long. Most High won't accept me. When you start getting to that condemnation, and then we just stay there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Making no adjustments in our spirit.
Yeah, go straight downhill, fast. It's almost like we're bobsledding downhill.
Are we just seduced by what we think makes us feel better?
It's a lack of trust. We have more trust in ourselves. This is why in Jeremiah it says, "Cursed is the man that trusted in man and make it flesh his own."
God.
It's a lack of trust in the Lord and a more of a fake confidence in our own ability and our own strength. You know, for anybody that tells himself, "I'm gonna make my way work," you are heavily mistaken. You can never force the course of the river and think it's gonna work for you.
I'll figure it out.
Or I'll figure it out. And if you do, man, hold on. Give me this right here. It's in a pocket.
What's going?
Where you at? Hold on. Give me this right here. Because there's a lot of people that feel like they can give me Ecclesiastes 41:9 in the pocket. So a lot of people feel like they can bypass the Most High and still get to where they want to be in life.
Circumvent the Most High.
They can circumvent the Most High. I can work around the Lord. I don't really need the Lord to be successful in my life. I can work around the Lord and get to where I want to be at in life. Yeah, okay.
Well, see,
Sure. That's good luck. Read that right there.
Ecclesiastes chapter 41, verse 9 reads,
It doesn't work well. Go ahead.
and if ye be born,
Stop. Hold on. Let me get it because there might be something I want to add to it. Yeah, verse 8.
verse 8, woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High.
It said, woe unto you, you ungodly men, which have what?
Which have forsaken the law of the Most High power.
Go ahead.
For if ye increase,
It says, for if ye what?
increase.
If you do increase. So yeah, you can't, people, there is some ungodly people that feel like I don't need the Most High to get to where I want to be at in life. Like Cain. I can do my thing and do things my way, and I can get around the Lord. The Most High said what?
It says, for if ye increase,
Yeah,
if
you do increase, it shall be what?
to your destruction.
It shall be what?
To your destruction.
So yes, you can work around the Lord, and you can work yourself up a blessing, but you actually work yourself up a curse. Yes. That was Ecclesiastes chapter 41, verse 8. That was Ecclesiastes in Apocrypha, chapter 41, verse 8. Read it again.
Come, woe be unto you, ungodly men.
It said, because yeah, there's some people that feel like I can get around the Lord. I can get to where I want to be at in life. I don't need God. I don't need Christ. I don't need the Bible. You need the Bible. I don't need the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Talking reckless. Read on.
Woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High.
Go ahead.
Power. For if ye increase,
It said, for if you do increase, read on,
it shall be to your destruction.
you only add more punishment and more pain to your life. So you were actually blessed with a curse.
Because you abandoned the Most High.
Because you abandoned the Most High. That's for those that like to go through loopholes.
No.
That's for the loophole finders. I can find a loophole and not serve God and still get things going my way. I can work up a blessing. I could work up a blessing without God. No, you can't. You can work up a curse. You can work up destruction. You can work up more pain and suffering. And it's not going to go your way. And that's why the Most High get us to the point where, hey, listen, you got to make a decision. It's either the Most High's way or the highway. And the highway is a dark way.
Yeah.
It's a painful way.
The road of destruction.
It's a world of destruction.
Yeah.
It's a highway to hell.
Yeah.
So we got to do things according to the way the Most High wants things done. And if not, we fall away. And that wasn't the Most High's determination. That wasn't the Most High's pleasure. Neither is it our pleasure to watch men fail. That is not our pleasure. We do not like watching men that have so much potential, nor women, sisters, children that have all kind of potential, and they forsake that potential because of some stubbornness, or because of some pride, or because of some ignorance, or foolishness, or inaccurate value system. Things that they think are important are really not that important.
They won't yield to reason.
They won't yield to reason. And it sucks to watch that. Anyway, let's move on. Josephus chapter 31. Page 31. Book 1, chapter 2, and paragraph 2, line 60. And get this point right here. When it says, give me this part right here. It says,
You said paragraph 2, correct?
yes. Paragraph 2, line 60. And I want you to read this right here.
Where it says when Cain had traveled.
Yes, and when Cain had traveled over the city. I don't want to read the whole thing. Just read it. Yeah, just read it.
You want me to read it?
Yeah, read it.
Got it. All right.
Yeah.
Josephus,
It's here.
book 1, chapter 2. Read paragraph 2.
I want to start here.
And when Cain had traveled over many countries,
Go ahead.
he with his wife built a city named Nod.
Go ahead. Just read. Jump down to where it says, however.
Okay.
2 lines down.
You want to go?
No, there's just two little apple lines.
It's sentences.
Sentences down.
Yeah. Just say, you'll see. Keep reading till you see, however. You'll see.
Okay. However, he did not accept.
It said, however, he what?
Did not accept.
It said, however, he did not what?
Accept
What didn't Cain accept? Read.
of his punishment.
It said Cain did not accept of his what?
Punishment.
He did not accept of his punishment. He didn't like the fact that the Most High told him what he told him. He said, however, Cain did not accept of his punishment. Then what was the issue? You got to ask yourself, why didn't this man accept of his punishment? Read on.
In order to amend it.
It says, the Most High punished Cain, but he didn't kill him. He punished him, but he punished him so for the purpose, like you said earlier, for the purpose of what?
Amendment.
Amendment. What is amendment? Get the definition of amendment. The Most High punished Cain for killing his brother, but still left room for him to make amends.
God.
Read.
Amendment 1828, Webster Dictionary. It says, to correct, to reform by quitting bad habits.
It says what?
It says to correct, to reform by quitting bad habits.
What did the Most High want from Cain?
Quit his bad habits.
He wanted him to reform, to change, and to quit his what?
Bad habits.
That's why the Most High punished him and left him room to come back to the Most High. Because let me paint the picture correctly. Give me Psalm 50. Give me Psalm chapter 50, verse 8.
Psalm chapter 50 and verse 8.
Read that.
I will not reprove thee for thy sacrifices.
It says, the Most High said what?
I will not reprove thee for thy sacrifices.
Is it that the Most High punished Cain because Cain kept giving half-ass sacrifices? Excuse my language. Or like the young generations. I'm learning all this from the kids, man. Because his sacrifices was buns. These kids, man, they be talking, man. His sacrifice, because his sacrifices was buns. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. But is that why the Most High sting a person? Because of their sacrifices? No. He just doesn't reward you because of bad, unequal sacrifices. He doesn't sting you because you're trying to sacrifice to him. He just doesn't reward you from it. So the problem isn't the fact that Cain was getting punished because he was sacrificing incorrectly. Although he was, the Most High wasn't punishing him for his incorrect sacrifices. He just wasn't blessing him. That's a difference. The Most High punished him because of what he did after his sacrifices were rejected.
Wow.
And his actions and his behavior after being rejected for those piss poor sacrifices. It wasn't because he was giving sacrifice. So the Most High will watch us spin our wheels and go through the motions and do a whole bunch of work and go nowhere. And that's our own fault. That's punishment within itself. He said, thine own wickedness shall correct thee. That's punishment within itself. But if I don't get punished and I'm angry now, and I'm envious now, and I'm insecure now, and I take my anger and my wrath out on somebody around me because the Most High ain't blessing me, now you deserve the punishment. Now you deserve the reward. But not because you were sacrificing. A lot of us sacrifice incorrectly, but the Most High ain't stinging us for that. The Most High is stinging us for what we do after the fact of not being blessed and rewarded. So read that again in Psalm 50 and 8.
Psalms 50 and 8. I will not reprove thee for thy sacrifices.
Read.
Or thy burnt offering.
Go ahead.
to have been continually before me.
It said that ain't the Most High saying word. If your sacrifice is good, I'll bless you. If not, you're gonna keep doing the same thing and not get my attention. Then you're on stagnation then you're on a treadmill going nowhere. But I'm not gonna punish you for it. You just punish yourself by going nowhere fast, by getting old doing the same thing, going nowhere. Then that's just your fault. You just going over. That ain't why the Most High sting. Let that go, and let's go back to where we at in Josephus. However.
Right?
Yep.
However, he did not accept of his punishment.
Go ahead.
In order to amendment.
It said in order for what?
To amendment.
It was the purpose of that punishment was for amendment purposes, which was to quit what in the definition?
It says to correct, to reform by quitting bad habits.
Go ahead.
It says to supply a defect, to improve or make better.
Or to make better. So the Most High stung him, but still gave him room and a lane to come back to him in. That's how wonderful the Lord is. We can do everything in life the wrong way, and the Most High still opens up a lane for us to get back to him. That's how much he loves us.
And that's the definition of evil, is bad habits of the natural kind.
Yeah. But we can be evil, and if we decide to change or amend or reform ourselves, the Most High will open up a lane to get back to him, so we could get blessed and get rewarded and acknowledged. Continue.
But to increase his wickedness.
It said, but instead, he took that opportunity that he should have been amending his bad habits and reforming himself. He took that opportunity, which is what the Most High gives us when we get the truth. When we get the truth, the Most High has given us a chance by way of his knowledge to reform ourselves and to change ourselves. So it's not about, it's about what you do with this experience that you have now that we're all experiencing together called the truth. What do we do with the truth when the truth is available to us? That's a question that we all have to ask ourselves. What do we do with this truth? Because this truth has been made available to us. So do we continue and doing the things that we were doing before that didn't get us blessed? Or do we make some changes? What decision did Cain make? Read.
But to increase his wickedness.
It said, but Cain did what?
Increase his wickedness.
He used the grace period that the Most High gives us and did what?
Increase his wickedness.
Go ahead.
For he only aimed to procure everything that was for his own bodily pleasure. Bodily pleasure.
So Cain chose to double down. Hopefully none of us choose to double down in our sins and our mistakes. What do I mean by choosing to double down? I'm going to go harder and I'm going to be more fervent in doing things my way. I'm going to go more fervent in making choices that I feel are good for me, that don't align with the Most High. I'm going to continue to make choices that don't align with the Most High. How many of us do that? Or how many of us seen that?
Adding sin unto sin.
Well, you said it, you hit it on the head. I'm adding sin unto sin. I'm making my situation real bad. I'm going to go deeper into denial. I'm going to go deeper into satisfying myself and keeping up my fake value system. Read.
Though it obliged him to be injurious.
It says, it obliged him, meaning he felt obligated. Man, he took on a new mind frame. What's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine. He said it obliged him to be what?
To be injurious.
To who?
To his neighbors.
It says to be injurious to his neighbors. It said it obliged him. He felt he was obligated. And what gives a man the permission to mistreat his neighbors?
He's obliged, bound in duty or in law, compelled, constrained, favor,
A reason.
Man. Read on.
Come. He augmented his household substance.
It says he went and augmented and decorated his household, man.
Decking out his house.
He decked his house out. What did Nod must have been like a
Dubai.
you know how they did like a they did a sting operation recently on the south side of San Antonio, and it was like they had a chop shop going on. It was like an automotive shop filled with what? Everybody else's trucks and cars. We doing mechanics over here. Are you really doing mechanics, or you breaking down people's possessions and putting it back together and reselling it?
Catalytic converter.
Yeah.
So,
The land of Nod was a big old chop shop, man.
It just did going up that there.
It had everybody else stuff in it. He said, what?
He augmented his household substance with much wealth
How did he get it though? Read.
by rapine and violence.
Rapine is very similar to what the word means. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take what I want. You know what? That means that I'm gonna force my way. That's all. When a man is in that spirit of rapine, I'm gonna force what I want, even if it's disobedient, even if I know it's wrong, even if I know it's evil. I'm gonna get what I want no matter what. That's when a person is doubling down in their wickedness. That's when somebody is fully set on doing evil. I don't care about the grace period that the Most High has given me. I'm going to do what the hell I want to do, how I want to do it, when I want to do it, to the degree I want to do it.
It was an extortion, right?
Yeah. I'm going to take what I want. That's what it means to extort. Strong arming, robbery, theft, jacking, finessing, by hook or by crook.
Yeah.
So he said by rapine and what?
Violence.
And violence, man. That's somebody that's saying, you know what? I'm just going to do what I want to do.
Here.
That's somebody that's going all in into the way they think is right and holding on to what they think is right. So, man, read on.
He excited his acquaintance.
Stop. I said he excited what?
His acquaintance.
He said he excited his acquaintance, meaning he became a ringleader. He became a ringleader. Read on.
He excited his acquaintance to procure pleasures and spoils by robbery.
Go ahead.
And became a great leader of men into wicked courses.
He says he became a great leader
Of men.
into
Wicked courses.
This man became a mob figure.
Yeah.
This is really the mob right here. Gambino family right here. Yeah. Go ahead. No, let that go right there. So he said he was also teaching wickedness and instructing men to take upon this mentality that if you don't get what you want, take what you want. That's a mentality. That's a mind frame. If the Lord don't give it to you, go get it by any means necessary. Take what belongs to you in life. If the Lord don't give it to you, go do your way no matter what. That's a mentality. And he was a teacher of this mentality. Let this go and go to Job chapter 20 and read verse 19.
one more time, chapter.
Job chapter 20
Go 25.
and verse 19. Man, that's a strong mentality when a person says, you know what, I'm going to get my pleasure no matter what. I'm going to get what I want no matter what.
Job chapter 20, verse 19.
Read that.
Job 20, 19. Because he has oppressed and has forsaken the poor.
It says, what does the wicked man do?
Oppressed and forsaken the poor.
He said, because he hath oppressed and forsaken the poor. Read.
Because he has violently taken away an house which he builded not.
It said, what does the wicked do when they double down?
Violently taken away.
Read that whole scripture. Yeah.
God, verse 19. Because he has oppressed the poor, because he has oppressed and has forsaken the poor, because he has violently taken away an house which he builded not.
He says, he oppressed the poor. he violently taketh away a house that he buildeth not,
And forsakes.
and forsakes the poor. When you don't get what you want, but you take it out on everybody around you. Who has that? Who does that? Because if you do, you have a Cain-like mentality. When you don't get what you want and you don't get your way, you make everybody suffer. Why does everybody have? Why does all the neighbors gotta suffer? Because you didn't get what you want. Because you wasn't honest with yourself that your works weren't good enough to get the Most High's attention and to get a blessing. Now you gotta extort everybody around you. You gotta penalize everybody around you. You gotta impose your will and impose yourself on everybody around you. You just have to impose yourself on people. Why do people do that? Because it still goes back to me not being honest enough that my works weren't good enough to get the Most High's attention. And if I was honest, I would have just changed and evolved and repented and made and put myself back into a humble state of following and being obedient, and then the Most High could look at me again and acknowledge me. But instead of doing that, because I'm so insecure, it's easier for me to envy everybody around me. It's easier for me to be insecure and say, you know what? I gotta do what makes sense to me. Because I just don't have it. So, but I'm still gonna go get it. I'm gonna still get what I want, but I don't have what it takes. So I'm gonna be a tyrant. I'm gonna step on whoever I come across. Because I'm gonna step on them. I'm gonna capitalize on any opportunity. I'm gonna oppress people. Why would somebody do that? And how does the Most High look at it? Give me this right here, W. Read this right here. Final page 529. Read this line 132, where it says, and he who slays.
Line 132. And he who slays.
Give me that definition too, Karai, when you get there. Sacrilege. Read.
Any man must not be ignorant.
It said, if you slay any man, you must not be ignorant. What?
That he is overturning.
It said, you kill a man, which Cain did. Or you put you're taking out your wrath and you're taking out your anger on people around you. Because you're not doing what it takes to get blessed, but everybody else got to suffer around you. You're still doing the same thing. Read.
Overturning the laws and ordinances of nature.
It said, you overturn the laws and ordinances of nature. Read on.
Which have been beautifully established for the common advantage of all men.
Read.
Moreover, let him be aware that he is liable to the charge of sacrilege.
Give me that definition right there. He says he is liable to the charge of what?
Sacrilege.
Get that definition, correct?
Sacrilege, 1828 Webster Dictionary. It says the crime of violating.
It says the crime of what?
Of violating.
So violating what? Read.
Or profaning sacred things.
So now I got no respect for the truth. I got no respect for order. I got no respect for elders. I got no respect for superiors. I got no respect for my mother or my father. This is what people do when they commit sacrilege. They're guilty of this crime.
Yeah.
I become so reckless that I have no respect for the people that I'm supposed to give respect to. I cuss my mama out. I cuss my father out. I want to throw hands on my father. I want to throw hands on my mother. I'm talking back to elders. I'm in a full-blown hate-mongering spirit. Because I just got to let it be known how unhappy I am. I got to take it out on everybody else around me. He said this person is guilty of a crime of sacrilege, which is what?
It says the crime of violating.
I'm a violator now. I'm going to violate anybody. I don't care who you are. I don't respect you. Who are you to me? You ain't nobody to me. To hell with you. You ain't nobody to me. Yeah, you're a wife that supposed to be in order with your husband. But you in violation though. You violating respect, order, discipline, self-restraint. You slandering with your tongue, abusive, hateful, spiteful. Men do it too. It's not a woman thing. It's not a woman thing. It's not a man thing. Both male and female do it. Both be in violation. Both be violators. Read on.
So the crime of violating or profaning sacred things.
You profane sacred what?
Sacred things.
I don't care about what's sacred. You know what's sacred? A relationship is sacred.
Yeah.
A marriage is sacred. A brotherhood is sacred. A Bible school is sacred. But you don't care about nothing sacred. Anything sacred, I don't care. I'll violate anybody. Because what it comes down to is, I want what I want no matter what. And anybody get in my way, I'm going to step on you. I'm going to run through you. Or I'm going to go around you. I'm going to get what I want no matter what. That's a mentality of a person that loses all respect for everything sacred. They have no respect for the truth. They have no respect for rank. They have no respect for order. They have no respect for elders. They have no respect for the church. None. But Cain stepped into those shoes. He stepped into those shoes. So give me Proverbs chapter 28, verse 13.
Right. Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 13.
No, hold on. Before we get there, I gotta go to Genesis 4 and 12 first. I'm sorry. Hold that. I gotta go back to Genesis real quick. Let's go to Genesis chapter 4, verse 12. Salaki.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 12. When thou tillest the ground.
He said what?
When thou tillest the ground.
What did the Most High tell Cain?
When thou tillest the ground,
Go ahead.
it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength.
It said the earth is only going to produce half its strength. Read.
A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth.
He said you're going to be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. What does that look like? Who had Job chapter 20? And we was in verse 19. Read verse 20 through 22. He said, a fugitive and a vagabond shall you be in the earth.
20, right?
Yeah, it was Job chapter 20. Somebody had verse 19.
Job 20:19.
Yeah, read verse 20 and 20 to 22.
Verse 20. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly.
Well, anybody that's a violator, anybody that's operating out of envy or insecurity, remember the word insecure meant that no one has ever been quiet that was insecure, right?
Yeah.
Nobody has ever been able to remain quiet that's been insecure. So he says, surely he shall not feel what?
Quietness in his belly.
You know why? Because when you operate out of insecurity and envy, you're always going to have a problem with what the Most High has going on.
Yeah.
You will find a way to complain. You will find a way to argue. You'll find a way to come against. You'll find a way to be contrary. You'll start a fight. You'll be debative because you don't agree. And that is a Cain-like mentality. Read.
He shall not say of that which he desires.
And back to what the Most High said earlier, when a person is wicked, if he increase, it'll be to his destruction. The Most High don't let anybody get away with being a violator or committing sacrilege or losing respect for everything holy. The Most High don't let you walk away clean, unscathed. When you don't got no respect for order, you don't got respect for a marriage, you don't got respect for a brotherhood or a friendship, the Most High don't let you walk away unclean, unscathed. You will get touched. Read.
There shall none of his meat be left.
It says everything he reserved, the Most High gonna make it, he gonna have worms eat it up. Read.
Therefore shall no man look for his goods.
Because there ain't gonna be no goods left. Read on.
In the fullness of his sufficiency.
So in the fullness of his sufficiency, meaning And when a person thinks that I'm going to get what I want in life, and I'm going to get to the point where I'm completely satisfied with the way my life is going, although I bypassed the Most High, although I didn't submit, I didn't amend my ways, I didn't repent, I didn't change, I looked for loopholes to get my way, to work my own way and will. He said, what?
In the fullness of his sufficiency.
Right when I think I made it, I made it. I won. Haha. See? I told you I didn't need the Bible.
Yeah.
See? I told you I didn't need them brothers.
I need order.
I told you I didn't need order. See? See? I told you I can get around the Bible. I can do it my way and still work.
I didn't need to communicate. I didn't need to be responsible.
Yeah. I didn't need to have humility. I could keep my loud mouth. I could keep my contentious spirit and still get what I want in life. They said as soon as somebody think they got it together and they're in the fullness of their sufficiency. Read on.
He shall be in straits.
He shall be in straits, man. What's straits? Straits mean you will be in a difficult position. Between a rock and a hard place. You will be in some straits. Right when you think you got it. Right when you thought you made it. And that's what it was a setup. Nobody can bypass the Most High and be arrogant and prideful, be disrespectful, disobedient, do things their way, and expect the Most High to bless them. Right when you thought you had it locked in, and you was at the peak and the pinnacle of success, and it was at the tip of your tongue, the Most High snatched it from you. Rightfully so, he should snatch it from you, because you didn't earn it. You don't deserve it. Yes, sir.
You're gonna deal with a lot of disappointment.
Oh yeah, of course. That's what should be there. You should be disappointed because you chose to go to be a violator and bypass all things that represent order and righteous sacred realms.
Yeah.
You had no respect for anything sacred. He says, in the fullness of his what?
Of his sufficiency.
Go ahead.
He shall be in straits.
Read.
Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
It says, every hand of the wicked shall what?
Come upon him.
Now go back to Genesis chapter 4. And now pick up. No, wait a minute. Oh, not yet. He said, every hand shall be upon him. Yeah, give me that Genesis chapter 4, verse 12 now.
Genesis 4:12. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength.
Go ahead.
A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth.
He said he gonna be a fugitive and a vagabond. Read on.
13. Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth.
He says, you've driven me out this day from the face of the earth. Read.
And from thy face shall I be hid.
Read.
And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth.
Read.
And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me.
Didn't it say that in the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits, and every hand of the wicked shall come upon him? That's the spirit of paranoia.
Yeah.
That's the spirit of paranoia. The spirit of paranoia is the reward for disobedience.
Wow.
Now you got people walking on the roof. Now you got people following you in cars.
Skywalkers.
You got skywalkers. Now you got people calling your phone,
Hanging up.
and like Freddy Krueger on the phone.
Threats.
And you got people sending you threats and death threats. Now the spirit of paranoia is all on you, which it should be on you, because now you're seeing visions. You're seeing visions. You see phantoms. You see people. You can't sleep well. Shadow people. You constantly can't sleep. You're not at peace. That's the reward of disobedience.
Become a light sleeper. You're now you're a light sleeper.
You're anything wake you up.
Yeah.
One eye open.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
That's actually a curse from the Most High too.
It is.
That's that reward you talk to. You're gonna get that curse.
Yeah, that's what it's there for. But he didn't take advantage of his opportunity to amend.
Yeah.
Wow.
Give me that. Finish that right there, Daria. And who had that? My woman. He says,
Why?
However, yeah.
Done. However, he did not accept of his punishment in order to amend it, but to increase his wickedness.
He doubled down.
He doubled down.
For he only aimed to procure everything that was for his own bodily pleasure.
So he doubled down and went his way and did what he wanted. Give me this right quick. And rules and follow. I want you to read this, Dawiyat. Read this part in line 68. I want you to read this right here. He puts the question.
All right. Line 68.
Page 805.
805. Why he?
No, yeah. Yeah.
Why?
No. He puts this question.
Okay. He puts this question to him because he wishes the man to confess voluntarily.
So when the Most High asked Cain, where's thy brother? What did the Most High expect from Cain when he asked Cain, where's thy brother Abel? Say it again. He wanted a what? He wanted a confession. The Most High wants a confession. Remember, what we read earlier was the Most High didn't kill Cain because he gave him opportunity for amendment. But he doubled down and went all the way in it. In Josephus. So he said, he asked him, where's thy brother? For what purpose? He pushed this question for what?
To confess voluntarily.
He said he wanted him to confess voluntarily. You know what the Most High wants from us? For us to acknowledge when we're full of crap. But you just know what we can't do? You know what we hardly ever do? We hardly ever admit when we're full of it. Read on? Yes. Oh, yes. Sis.
I watch a lot of like true crime and like police interviews, and they'll like interview killers, and they have this mound of like evidence that they killed this person, and they don't give a crap. Like they just don't, and it shows like a lack of remorse, and it actually a lot of times will give people a harsher sentence because they don't have any remorse.
Like they don't feel bad.
Yeah.
And we're going to go into why they don't feel bad. Remember that. Remind me of that in a minute. Why they don't feel bad? But he said what?
To confess voluntarily and spontaneously.
He said he wanted him to confess voluntarily and spontaneously. You know what the Most High said, where's our brother Abel? He was waiting for the answer. Is this guy going to come clean? Are they really going to sit here and act like I don't know what's going on? Read.
Of his own accord.
They said he was waiting for him to confess voluntarily on his own accord. Read.
So that he may not imagine that everything is done out of necessity.
He says he wanted to hear that I feel bad for what I did, because that's what people do when they have a choice and they chose wrong. People that have a choice and choose wrong acknowledge that they made a mistake. People that refuse to confess always tells the Most High they had no choice to do it. Yeah. I had to do it. I had to be evil. I had to murder my brother. No, you didn't. People that don't confess, they always say they didn't have a choice. I had to do it. I had to make this decision. When you got him cornered, it was self-defense. See? There's always an alibi. But people that know that he'll explain. Read on.
For he who had slain another.
It said, for he who had slain another, read.
Through necessity.
Through necessity, read.
Would have confessed.
It said, would have what?
Would have confessed.
Would have confessed what?
Unwillingly.
It said, would have confessed what?
Unwillingly.
What does that mean? They would have confessed unwillingly. That what? Read.
As having done the deed unwillingly.
I didn't want to do it.
I was forced to.
I was forced to do it. I didn't want to do it. It wasn't my will to do it. So I'll snitch on myself. Because deep down inside, I really didn't want to do it. So all the Most High wants to see is, when you get out of order, how do you quantify your rebellion? Do you go to the Most High and say, man, I ain't had no choice but to do what I had to do? I let the Most High, no, I had no option? Or do you actually feel bad and say, man, you know what? I really didn't want to do it, but I did it. That's what somebody does when they feel bad. They'll snitch on themselves. They'll confess on themselves. Read.
Since that which does not depend upon ourselves does not deserve accusation.
Go ahead.
But the man who has done wrong intentionally denies it.
He said the man who does wrong intentionally, he always does what?
Denies it.
He always denies it.
Man.
Wow.
Everybody that does things on purpose always denies what they do.
Huh.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Wasn't me. I don't know where he is.
Oh, what if it's unintentional?
Last time I checked, he said he'll be back. He ain't come back. I don't know where Cain is at. He just showed, you know what he's showing? How much of a liar we are and how the Most High knows we're lying. A lot of us don't live honestly enough to repent and to do the work necessary to make amends for our decisions. Because we never acknowledge that what we do wrong. Never. We don't live in reality. We're never honest about our mistakes. We're never honest about our BS. We're never honest about our disrespect. He said, read that part again.
It says, but the man who does wrong intentionally denies it.
Go ahead.
For those who do wrong are liable to repentance.
He says, for those that do wrong and that don't want to deny it, that is willing to confess, he says those have the opportunity for what?
To repentance.
Read.
Therefore, he has interwoven this principle in all parts of his legislation.
So the Most High wants to see the truth about everything we do. That's all the Most High cares about. He cares about the truth.
Yeah.
And if we're honest with ourselves, we'll admit what we're wrong at so that we can go back and make amends.
And if I could bring out this definition of expiation,
Yes, sir.
Perfect what you're saying. It says expiation, the act of atoning for a crime, which we're talking about here with Cain and Abel. So the act of making satisfaction for an offense by which the guilt is done away, so that you can move forward, so you can make those improvements, so you can make those adjustments, so that you can be not willful.
Exactly. But I'm doing the work necessary to show the Most High I want forgiveness for the decisions I made and the mistakes I made.
And it says, and the obligation of the offended person to punish the crime is canceled.
It says, and the what?
It says, and the obligation of the offended person to punish the crime is canceled. And that's the, that's an atonement.
That's the atonement. Now go to Proverbs 28 and read verse 13.
Proverbs 28, verse 13.
Go ahead.
He that covereth his sins.
He said, he that what?
Covereth his sins.
What did Cain do?
He that covereth his sins.
What do we do?
He that covereth his sins.
I ain't do nothing wrong. A lot of us fail to acknowledge our mistakes. Read.
He that covereth his sins shall not prosper.
It said, the Most High said, it's guaranteed that if you don't learn to admit your mistakes, what you do wrong, and when you're full of crap, he will make sure that your life does not prosper, which we talked about earlier. Read.
But whoso confesseth.
It said, but if you make a decision to admit that you've been wrong, you've been disrespectful, you've been out of order, you've been rebellious, you've been disobedient, you've been full of crap, you've been committing sacrilege, you've been in violation of all things sacred. Read.
But whoso confesseth and forsaketh them.
And forsake. Read. Forsake my moves. Read.
Shall have mercy.
And the Most High shall do what?
Shall have mercy.
The Most High will have mercy on that person. The Most High is merciful, even to Cain, the first murderer, the first killer, the first homicide. The Most High still was what?
Mercy.
He was still merciful. If Cain was willing to do what?
That's what I'm saying.
Man. And this is why Christ said all manner of sin shall be forgiven. But you know that it takes a lot of confession. We're in Proverbs 28:13, right? I want you to keep reading.
Verse 14. Happy is the man that feareth always.
So it said, happy is the man that what?
That feareth always.
So give me this, hold that, and give me this right here. Read this for me, Dawi. Just jump over page 806. I want you to read this line right here. When it says, since Cain had penetrated. Read this right here.
806. Since Cain had perpetrated, right?
This is perpetrated, I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Since Cain had perpetrated this fratricide
Killing his own family member. Read on.
of enormous guilt above all other crimes, he presents himself to him quite forgetful.
He says he presents himself to the Lord, what?
Quite forgetful.
So why is the Most High count a confession so important? Because for us, we could make mistakes. We could make mistakes and not think nothing of it. We could be in violation and we forget how bad of a person we really are. Give it a day or two, give it a week or two, give it a month or so, give it a year or so.
Wasn't that bad?
It wasn't that bad.
It was like a little 3
It was
out of 10.
It was like, for day one, it's like, man, I really screwed up. After about 6 months, it wasn't that bad. What I did wasn't that bad. Everybody does. Everybody does. It wasn't that bad. Yes, just.
So when we ask them, like, what are you doing? Right? I wrote here, it says, we have to realize and understand what we did. If we do, then we have his mercy again.
Yes.
If not, then his judgment and death continues.
Well, yes, but sometimes he don't kill us right away. But we become unproductive. And everything we touch doesn't yield like we want it to. It doesn't yield.
We don't, because he knows what we did.
He knows what you did already, but the Most High just wants to know, do you know what you did? Or will you develop amnesia like Cain? I don't remember.
Quite forget.
He said what?
Quite forget.
So the purpose of us confessing is showing the Most High that I didn't forget what I did wrong. Because a lot of us would love to diminish our mistakes.
Yeah.
We love to discount them, microsize them, shrink them. It wasn't that bad. I don't know what you're tripping on. Read on.
Quite forgetful to the injury that he has done.
And also, it's no different than when a brother or sister get counsel and you show a person in counsel how they're in violation. You can sit there and be in a counsel and show a man or a woman what they're doing wrong. And right after the counsel, what do? They go about their way as if nothing was ever said. As if no words were ever spoken. As if everything you said fell on deaf ears. Read.
Imposing on all judges.
It says imposing on all judges. Read.
A most peaceful law.
It said, but the Most High is so peaceful and he's so merciful to us. Read on.
For the first crime.
It said, for the what?
First crime.
He said the Most High is merciful for the what?
First crime.
Even Esau gives you clemency on the first offense.
Yeah.
Even Esau gives you a slap on the wrist if it's your first offense. Usually if it's your first offense, you get the most lenient punishment. You ain't got no priors. You ain't got no record. Your record is clean. Oh, this is your first offense? Well, we're gonna just give you a little slap on the wrist. Because it's your first offense. This is what the Most High looked. This is how the Most High looked at Cain. This is your first offense. You know what? Let me give you a slap on the wrist. I'm gonna give you a chance to come back. Read.
It says, not that they are not to destroy malefactors, but that resting for a while with great patience and long suffering.
It said the Most High let Cain live, not for the purpose of destroying him because he was full of crap and he deserved death, but for the what?
It says, with great patience and long suffering, they shall study compassion.
It says the hopes is that I let you off the hook. I didn't punish you like you deserve to be punished. So you can come back and study what?
Compassion.
And what else?
Rather than severity.
So the Most High gives us a chance to walk away from the things that we do wrong. Not for the purpose of destroying us completely, but for the purpose of us coming back and studying compassion. That means, you know what? I have to contemplate on my mistakes. Man, I didn't have to do that to that person. I didn't have to say that to that person. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have said that. I should have been more patient. I shouldn't have acted out of anger or wrath. I should have been more merciful. I should have just been honest with myself and not take it out on the people around me. Hold that right there, right?
Yeah.
Give me that Proverbs 28:14.
Proverbs 28:14. Happy is the man that feareth always,
Go ahead.
but he that hardeneth his heart shall fall into mischief.
It said, but the person that hardeneth his heart shall fall into mischief. What does that mean when I harden my heart?
You avoid remorse. Avoid contrition.
I avoid contrition.
Avoid accountability.
I don't feel bad. I don't feel guilty. I feel like I was justified. I double down in my wickedness. I go further into my state of mind that I'm right and I'm going to get what I want no matter what. And I don't care who I violate. I don't care who I disrespect. I don't care who I'm talking to. I'll cuss anybody out.
Yeah, don't matter.
It don't matter. He said,
I fear no man but God. That's not talking crazy.
It's crap. They don't even fear God. He said, they do what? They harden their what?
But he that hardeneth his heart shall fall into mischief.
It says shall fall into mischief. Now, the sister that she left, but I told her to remind me about something. She was talking about the killers that not have no remorse, right?
Yeah.
The killers don't feel bad. They don't feel bad about what they do wrong, and they get a stiffer sentence.
Yeah.
They get a stiffer sentence. The Most High does the same thing. If the Most High doesn't necessarily kill you sometimes, but he lets you fall into mischief. Now we know, we read this word and we look at the word and we read right over it like it's no big deal. But when the Most High says he'll let you fall into mischief, that is not a pretty thing. And we're going to explain it. Get that definition of mischief.
Mischief. 1828, what's the dictionary? It says harm, hurt, injury, damage, evil, whether intended or not. Intentional injury.
It's an intentional injury. What else?
Harm or damage done by design.
It says done by what?
Done by design.
So when he says that if a person hardens their heart, don't confess, they don't repent, they don't amend, they don't make changes, the Most High said he will let them fall into mischief. This is harm or hurt done by what? By design.
By design.
So what we're not looking at is the Most High is designing your plagues.
Yeah.
The Most High don't have to kill you for punishment, but he'll design your plagues. He'll design your issues. He'll design your pain. And we look at mischief as like, oh, that's no big deal. Oh, it is a big deal. When the Most High is engineering your suffering. So, because you think you can bypass the Most High. And the Most High said, no, I'm going to let you live, but I'm going to get you in another way.
Yeah.
I got another way for you. Read this right here. Not slain.
Says not slaying the homicide, but destroying him in another manner.
He said, but Cain, he didn't kill Cain. But he said he destroyed Cain in what?
In another manner.
So now what's the, remember, he said, we read earlier in Proverbs 28:14 that the Most High said, no problem, you harden your heart. I'm going to let you fall into mischief. I'm going to design your suffering. I got other ways of getting to you. I don't got to kill you. I got other ways of designing your destruction.
Got so much style.
He got style, man. He got styles upon styles. The Most High got a utility belt full of suffering and ways that he can penalize your life. He said he can design. He said it's pain and suffering by design. Yes, sir.
Job said that too. In Job 4:25.
Go ahead and read it.
He said, "For the thing which I greatly feared is come upon me, and that which I was afraid of is come unto me."
Yeah.
He knows our greatest fear.
He knows it. But you know what the Most High do? He designs it. He engineers it. He don't got to kill us all. He just sets life up in a way where it's engineered for you to suffer and not get what you want because you hardened your heart and didn't want to confess and didn't want to make amends and didn't want to repent. He said he didn't what?
It says, but destroying him in another manner, since he scarcely permitted him to be enumerated among the generations of his father.
He says when you read Cain in Genesis chapter 4 and you read on, you don't really read about his lineage too far past maybe the 12th or so generation, because of course you read about Tubal Cain that was had to suffer the penalty of what Cain did. It fell upon his generation, and then a little bit after that you don't read about Cain's lineage anymore. He's not numbered anymore. As a matter of fact, when somebody real quick give me Genesis chapter 4 just to make this point.
What verse is
Give me verse 16.
that? Genesis chapter 4 and verse 16. And Cain went out from the presence of the Most High and dwelt in the land of Nod.
Read.
On the east of Eden.
Go ahead.
And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived.
Go ahead.
And bare Enoch.
And bare who?
And bare Enoch.
Go ahead. Not the Enoch we know that was righteous. Read.
And bare Enoch. And he builded a city, and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch.
Read on.
And unto Enoch was born Arad, and Arad begat Mehujael.
Now, what was missing in this? He still gives you his lineage, but what was missing? Give me Genesis chapter 5. Give me verse 6.
Genesis chapter 5, verse 6. And Seth lived 105 years.
Did it tell you how old Enoch was when he named that city after him? Did he tell you how old Irad was that came after Enoch, Cain's grandson?
Nope.
Did he tell you about how old Mehujael was that came after Irad, his great grandson? What's missing? The Most High don't care about him anymore. You know the difference here? He cares about Seth so much that he tells you how old Seth was when he had a child, how old his child was when he had a child. The Most High is keeping track of his lineage. He's keeping track and record and keeping score of his children.
There's no height chart for Cain.
There's no height chart no more for Cain. There's no more age chart for Cain's children. There's no more years enumerated for Cain's children. You having all these babies, but really they're irrelevant. The Most High is not even keeping track of them anymore. That's the difference. That's what happens when the Most High don't care about you. He stopped even numbering and care about how old you are, your birthday, when you had this child, or your death day. He don't even put it in the Bible no more. He don't even mention it no more. Finish that in verse 5 and chapter 5.
God, Genesis chapter 5 and verse 6. It says, and Seth lived 105 years and begat Enoch. And Seth lived after he begat Enoch 807 years.
Did the Most High keep tabs on Cain and his children? And how old they were? And how old they were when they had children? No, because he became irrelevant. That's what the Most High does when he's starting to detach himself from you. He don't care about you anymore. He don't care about keeping record of your timeline. Your timeline is irrelevant. Your genealogy is irrelevant. He's not keeping score no more. Now let that go and pick that up and follow so we understand what he's talking about.
But destroying him in another manner, since he scarcely permitted him to be enumerated.
It said he didn't let Cain barely be enumerated. He didn't keep track of his age anymore, or his children's age, because they became irrelevant. He phased them out. Read on.
Among the generations of his father.
And give me this definition too, Karai. Read.
But shows him prescribed not only by his parents.
It said, but it shows him what?
Proscribed.
Proscribed. Give me that word proscribed. Proscribe.
God, prescribed. It says, to doom, to destruction.
He says, remember, he said he didn't kill Cain, but he got a recipe for those that harden their heart. He lets them fall into mischief. That mischief is pain and suffering by design. He says, so what did the Most High do to him? He stopped numbering his children. He disqualified his children amongst the rankings and the records of the Bible and the annals of history. And then he also said that he was proscribed by his parents. What does that mean? Read.
Yeah. Proscribed. It says to doom.
It says he was what?
To doom.
What else?
To destruction.
What else?
To put one out of the protection of law.
It says his parents, that they didn't care about him anymore.
Yeah.
They stopped loving him.
Got going.
Yeah, his mother said.
And when your mother and father stop loving you, the Most High got ways to get us to feel pain that we have no earthly idea. He got like a utility belt of ways and manners to destroy us. He could isolate you, forget about you, and sometimes we forget what it feels like to not have no friends. We forget sometimes what it feels like to have nobody call and pick up the phone. Sometimes we forget what it's like when nobody cares about us. Those are some of his prescriptions. He said, but he did what?
It says, but shows him proscribed not only by his parents.
It said, but not only by his parents, which means what, Kariah?
It says, to doom, to destruction.
Man, that boy ain't no good. When your parents say, man, I don't let him come to the house no more. That boy ain't no good. You can't come in the house no more.
It's like Cain and Menace. He's like, but grandma.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't want you in this house no more. You're not welcome, baby. I'm sorry. Grandpa said you can't come in here no more. You ain't no good. We don't want you around here. Damn, when your parents do you like that, that's by design. Yes, sir.
God, it says right here, point number 3.
No, I want you to rush it.
Oh, fly.
You getting rushing? He said what? Read from the top, right?
God, to doom, to destruction, to put one out of the protection of law, and promise a reward for his head.
It says, and the Most High put money on your head. What does that mean when the Most High put money on your head?
As adversaries.
He got a bounty on you. You get paid for taking this guy out. I'm wanted, dead or alive, and I walk these streets. I forgot to play. We play that song. Def Leppard.
It's a good song.
Guns N' Roses.
No, I thought it was Guns N' Roses.
I'm wanted, dead or alive.
I forgot who it was.
He's a cowboy.
Cause I'm a cowboy.
Till the day I die. Like that.
With a something on my back, and I'm playing for keep. I forgot that song.
Yeah, it was a great song.
It's an 80s song, man.
Bon
Jovi. It was Bon Jovi. They were singing about the life of Cain, man.
That's
I'm
crazy.
wanted, dead or alive.
A steel horse I ride.
On the steel horse I ride. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got the boots on right now. Yeah. But he said, prescribe. What?
It says to doom, to destruction, to put one out of the protection of law, and promise a reward for his head.
And the Most High said, put a bounty on your head. Man, the Most High got more than one way of punishing you. Read on, Amiyaki.
God. It says, since he scarcely permitted him to be enumerated among the generations of his father, but shows him proscribed not only by his parents, but by the whole race of mankind.
It said by the whole race of mankind.
Wow.
They wanted to get rid of this man. He became a global enemy. He became a global damn enemy. Now we can look at modern day times and we can ask ourselves, who is the global enemy? Who is the man that everybody hates on earth? We'll say that for another topic. But read on in that definition.
Point number 3. It says to denounce and condemn as dangerous.
He says to denounce and condemn as what?
As dangerous.
As dangerous. That leave that man alone. That man ain't no good. Read on.
And not worthy of reception.
And he's not worthy of what?
Of reception.
What does that mean? That means you're not welcome anymore. See, the Most High got different ways to punish us that go far beyond what we can imagine. The Most High can ostracize us from the whole world, where the whole world hates us.
You won't be received with open arms.
Nobody wants you. Rejected by everybody. Everywhere you go, they like, get this man out of here. Get this woman out of here.
Man, it's painful.
She's typing.
Like you're banished. Yes, we see the tape. It's like an empty room. It's like, no, man, we ain't got no more space. Oh, we ain't got no more space, man. Everything's sold out, man. Sorry.
Look at that.
You're like, yeah, man, you know what? The Most High got a way to penalize us that we don't understand how painful it is when the Most High puts you on the run, isolates you, where nobody cares about you anymore, and whatever happens to you, and you have no friends, you have no loved ones. Everybody looks at you as an enemy, and nobody wants nothing to do with you. Nobody wants nothing to do with you. Nobody want to be bothered with you. Man, leave it, man. I don't want to fool with that guy. See, we think the Most High. We take the Most High. We play the Most High cheap. Finish reading that.
It says, but by the whole race of mankind, allotting him a state separate from that of all others.
He said, and you're banished from everybody else. Read on.
And secluded from the class of rational animals.
It says, and he's secluded from the class of what?
Rational animals.
It says, now he said he's secluded from the class of rational animals. So what does the man become?
Subhuman.
Subhuman. How do we know it's true? Finish reading that Proverbs 28, verse 15.
Proverbs 28, verse 15. As a roaring lion.
He said this man becomes like a what?
A roaring lion.
So when the Most High separates you from the class of what? Rational animals. He says this man is left in the world to operate like what?
A roaring lion.
What else?
An raging bear.
And a raging bear. You're a predator now. And if you look at the attributes of a roaring lion and a raging bear, you put them animals together, that's a werewolf.
Yep.
That's like a werewolf. Well, all you do is all you're doing in life is looking to satisfy your lust.
Yeah. Can't control his passions.
Can't control my passions.
You're wild, you're feral, you're not domesticated.
I'm not domesticated, I'm uncivilized.
Better stay away from this person.
Get away, that guy is no good. Or like they say about a woman, that woman's a savage.
Yeah.
Leave that woman alone. She a savage.
Yeah.
Can't trust her. She ain't no good. Leave her alone. The Most High put that mark on you.
Yeah.
And you operate like a beast. He said as a what?
As a roaring lion. And a raging bear.
And a raging bear. Read on.
So is a wicked ruler.
It says so is a what?
So is a wicked ruler.
So is somebody that oppresses other people. Read.
Over the poor people.
What was Cain doing?
Oppressing people that are in poverty.
See, when you don't accept what it takes to change, after the Most High shows you what changes he wants from you, and you choose to harden your heart and go the other way and do what you want to do, the Most High just lets you go. But what you become is far worse than what you could imagine. It doesn't stop at you just not at just denying the Most High. Life doesn't stop there.
It is sacrilege.
When you look at the definition of a werewolf, it actually means a man-wolf.
Yeah.
That's what a werewolf means, a man-wolf.
A man with the attributes of his wolf. Inwardly, they're ravening wolves.
Yes, I'm a taker now. This is the spirit that becomes a man or a woman when they don't repent, they don't reform their ways, they don't confess their faults, and what they do with mercy, instead of taking advantage of grace and time, they go further into doing what the hell they want to do.
Completely physical. They exercise a predatory nature, and they get off the consumption of others. That's how they feed themselves.
You know, one of that Sega game, Altered Beast?
Yeah.
That was one of the first Sega games that came out?
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite games, man. You just turn into a damn wolf, right?
Just go crazy.
Go crazy, man. Yeah, Altered Beast.
I can't look at the memory.
Yeah. But this is the attribute of a person that doesn't accept what it takes to give the Most High what he wants. It's the person that wants to live a lie and wants to do what I want to do. Well, life don't stop at doing what you want to do. You just don't realize that you keep evolving, but you evolve into a demon. You evolve into an oppressor.
Yeah.
You evolve into a violator.
Yeah.
See, Cain didn't understand what life meant after killing his brother and denying the opportunity to make amends. When the Most High said, no problem, I'm going to let you go. You're unwanted. You're isolated. You're banished from society. You live uncivilized. You have lion-like, bear-like tendencies, animalistic, predatory nature. The Most High, that's the Most High letting you go. You don't see that when the Most High let a man go?
So basically,
it's that falling into mischief. I'm going to let you talk.
No.
It just said that falling into mischief is deeper and heavy than what we think.
See, we read it and we look at like Leave It to Beaver. He fell into mischief. You know, he shot a slingshot, killed a bird. We look at it something like.
No, it's not like.
But falling into mischief is talking about that negative nature doesn't get prevented. It keeps increasing.
It keeps evolving.
Crazy.
It evolves into an animal.
Yeah.
Into beast-like nature. Nobody wants to be bothered with a beast.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be bothered with a woman or a man with animalistic, predatory, impulsive, compulsive natures. Nobody wants you around. You always look at the werewolf movies where the men got a torch. They got and they're hunting for the werewolf. They're chasing them in the woods. They're trying to banish him. Get this guy out of here.
Get him out of here.
Get this guy out of here, man. But we think the Most High. See, the Most High said he let you fall into mischief, which is pain by design. He'll let you evolve into your final form. Your final form is a damn man animal. Your final form is a savage. And everybody trying to kill you. Everybody trying to put hands on you. Nobody wants you around. Nobody, not even your parents want you around. Because you're about indulgence.
At all costs.
It gets scary, man.
Indulgence at all costs.
At all costs, man. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 14. Yeah, you can let it go. I think we got the point, man.
God.
Yeah.
Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 14. Follow peace.
That's why the Bible tells us to do what?
Follow peace.
You better follow after peace. Better try to make right. You haven't evolved into your final form. That damn isolated, vagabond, cave-dwelling man animal. Where nobody give a damn about you. And nobody wants you around. And nobody loves you. That's dangerous, man. That's why Cain said, man, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Well, you had a chance to repent. You had a chance to make amends. You didn't want to. You don't think it can get worse. It can get a lot worse. Read on.
Matter of fact, you doubled that?
You double down on the sin. Read.
Follow peace with all men.
That's why the Bible said what?
Follow peace with all men.
You better reconsider your arguments. You better reconsider your debates and your strife. You better reconsider your mouth and what you let come out of it. Better reconsider that murmuring and disputing and slandering, because it doesn't get greater later. It gets worse later. When the Most High decides to let you go, it gets worse. Check yourself.
And they're saying that most people are peaceful. Follow peace.
Yeah.
With the men.
Yeah.
With the women, with the brothers, with the sisters.
Follow after peace, man. Follow what makes for peace. Why don't I do the things that make for peace versus do the things that make for opposition and argument? Read.
It says, follow peace with all men.
Go ahead.
And holiness.
And what else?
And holiness.
What else?
Without which no man shall see the Lord.
And that's why Cain had to get banished. He wasn't about peace. He wasn't about holiness. He was about sacrilege. Read on.
God. It says, looking diligently, lest any man fail of the grace of the Most High.
That grace is the time that the Most High gives all of us to repent. There's one thing that can make us forfeit the grace that the Most High gives us, which is this time right now to repent and change. Which is what? Read.
Lest any root of bitterness.
Lest any what?
Root of bitterness.
What do you have to stay on top of?
The roots of bitterness.
The roots of bitterness. You got to make sure that you don't get bitter. Because the minute you start growing bitter at the people around you, you're starting to already, the fangs are already starting to drop out of your mouth.
Yeah. That's part of the punishment too.
I gotta read this too. This is a real issue. This is a true story. It says a 28-year-old murderer who suffered from lycanthropy, which is werewolfism, described his mental disorder in the following way. This is a guy that actually killed people. He says, when I'm emotionally upset, I feel as if I am turning into something else. Yeah. My fingers go numb, as if I had pins and needles right in the middle of my hand, and I can no longer control myself. I get the feeling I'm becoming a wolf. I look at myself in the mirror, and I witness my transformation. It's no longer my face. It changes completely. I stare, my pupils dilate, and I feel as if hairs are growing all over my body, and as if my teeth are getting longer. And I feel as if my skin is no longer mine. This is a guy's real testimony of a killer that felt like he was turning into an animal.
That's just that spirit that's doing that. He may not physically be turning in longer hairs and his face changing. His countenance is changing. His energy changing. His breath posture is changing. His
spine pokes out.
Spine, he's turning into that beast. He's getting that potent energy.
But
it takes to be that thrasher.
Yeah.
Turning into that spirit out. It's just not, you visually see it, he's the same.
Well, we read about it in the Bible, but this guy actually feels this way.
He spoke about
it. And he killed people like this. You better get it out your system. Because you will evolve. A lot of us aren't far from being animalistic and beastly. A lot of us are playing and on the borderline of the Most High doing away with us. That's when the Most High let you go. What that man is describing, that mental disorder, is when the Most High let that man go.
Yeah.
That's the Most High design. There's transformations that we're not ready for. That the Most High got in store for the rebellious, for the liars.
And he creates situations to also transform them.
Yeah.
Because it's the guy like to party and be drunk around people that you shouldn't drink around. You don't know who you're around. You're around people. You should be with the church, the camp, the sisters, the brothers, the families. Your people should be studying. Most High will allow you to go around people that will spike your drink. Most High will put you around people that will sit here and play a game on you because it's fun to them. Because you're the butt of the joke.
Yeah. Or you there, or they want to exercise their lust.
They want to exercise their lust. Happens often.
But he reminded me of my old friend. Those familiar spirits come to you.
Yeah, exactly. So he said in Hebrews, read Hebrews.
Hebrews chapter 12, and verse 15. Looking diligently, lest any man fail of the grace of the Most High, lest any root of bitterness springing up trouble you.
Yeah, you gotta keep your garden clear of roots. Those roots of bitterness. You gotta be careful from being bitter, because bitterness doesn't stop at just being angry. It evolves into something far worse, unrecognizable, beast-like in nature. Read.
And thereby many be defiled.
It says, and the unfortunate side of it is, a lot of people fail because of this same disease of bitterness.
Contagious.
It's contagious. I got anger. I'm mad at people, but I don't want to say nothing. I'm holding grudges, but I want to act like everything cool, but I'm not. I'm not confessing. I don't want to confess what's really wrong with me. Read.
Right. It says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person.
It said, who else was profane as Cain?
As Esau.
Cain wasn't the only profane person. Cain wasn't the only one the Most High let go. He said, as who?
As Esau.
Go ahead.
Who for one morsel of meat.
And also, Cain was not the only person that committed sacrilege. He despised what was sacred. He says, for one morsel of meat, did what?
Sold his birthright.
That is sacrilege. You don't look at what the Most High looks at as sacred as having any value. The Most High, the Most High is trying to warn us that this spirit can settle into anybody. And if you're not careful, and if you're not mindful, and if you're not conscious of what's plaguing you, of what's bothering you, and you're not coming clean, and you're not confessing your faults, and you're not taking this time to make amends,
right,
to bring forth some type of propitiation, to let the Most High know, man, I'm sorry, I'm tripping, I'm out of order. The Most High will let you go. And it is not good when the Most High let you go. Read.
It says, for ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing.
They said when Cain should have got the blessing because he was the firstborn. I mean, Esau. When Esau was the firstborn also, and he should have got the blessing. Read.
He was rejected.
And the Most High did what?
Rejected.
He rejected him. Cain was rejected, and so was Esau. Why did the Most High reject both of them? Read.
For he found no place of repentance.
Cain didn't find no place of amendment.
Wow.
Esau found no place of what?
Repentance.
Repentance. They're the same spirit. They got the same punishment, and the Most High look at them the same way. They both rejected.
Same heart.
Got the same heart.
Squandered the opportunity.
They both squandered the opportunity. They both wasted the grace the Most High was giving them. They both didn't dig deep and find out what their issues are, and they weren't honest about what they were dealing with on the inside. They weren't honest about their defects. And they doubled down to do whatever the hell they want to do. Read.
Though he started carefully with tears.
And even though he cried for it, the Most High realized, man, them tears don't mean nothing. Devil's tears, man. Them tears ain't real. Them are fake tears.
Yeah.
You don't really feel bad. If you really feel bad, you would have repented. You would have changed, but you had murder in your heart. You said, when my father is old and my father's dead, I'm going to kill my brother Jacob. Last verse. Let me get Daniel chapter 4. Read it quickly. Daniel chapter 4. Read verse 20 through 37. Talking about this transformation is real. It don't stop with just you being rebellious. With us being rebellious, the Most High will let us go and design a punishment that's harder than what we can bear and comprehend. Give me Daniel chapter 4 verse. Read 20 through 20 through 37 really quickly.
Daniel chapter 4 verse 20. The trees that thou sawest.
So Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, had a dream. He saw a big old tree, and Daniel's breaking down the dream. Read.
which grew and was strong, whose height reached unto the heaven, and the sight thereof to all the earth, whose leaves were fair, and the fruit thereof much, and in it was meat for all, under which the beasts of the field dwelt, and upon whose branches the fowls of the heaven had their habitation.
Read.
It is thou, O king.
He said, this tree that you saw in your dream, where all these animals were under it, and this tree produced a whole bunch of fruit. He said, this tree was you. Read on.
That are grown and become strong.
He says, you are the one who this tree is in your dream that grew and became strong. Read on.
But thy greatness is grown.
It says, for your magnitude is grown, your greatness is grown, you're wealthy, you're powerful, you're potent. Read on.
And reacheth unto heaven.
It says, and your greatness has reached unto heaven. Read on.
And thy dominion to the end of the earth.
Go ahead. Because remember, the Babylonians took over the Persians took over the Babylonian Empire, and they took over 127 provinces that belonged to the Babylonians. Read on.
And whereas the king saw a watcher and an holy one coming down from heaven.
And he says, but when you saw in your dream a watcher and a holy one, man, this is scary. He said, you saw in your dream a watcher and the holy one come down from heaven. Read on.
And saying, hew the tree down.
Cut that tree down.
Wow.
See, when the Most High said, when we get beside ourselves, the Most High said he's watching us, and he sends the hewer and the Holy One. And he says, the Holy One says, cut that tree down. Read.
And destroy it.
And destroy it. Read on.
Yet leave the stump of the roots thereof in the earth.
Go ahead.
Even with a band of iron and brass, and the tender grass of the field. And let it be wet with the dew of heaven.
Go ahead.
And let his portion be with the beasts of the field.
It said, and let his portion be with who?
And let his portion be with the beasts of the field.
Is this the first time we ever read in the Bible that the Most High let a man turn into a beast? No. Read on.
Till 7 times pass over him.
Until he's completely destroyed.
Because he's a complete beast.
Until he's a complete beast, a complete animal. Read on.
This is the interpretation, O king. And this is the decree of the Most High, which is come upon my lord the king. Verse 25. That they shall drive thee from men.
It says that they shall what?
That they shall drive thee from men.
And when you become a beast, men gonna try to get you the hell away from them. They're gonna banish you. Read on.
And thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field.
Does this not sound familiar? Who got treated like this? Cain did. Who else got treated like this? Nebuchadnezzar did. Who else had the same spirit as Cain? Esau did. Read on.
And they shall make thee to eat grass as oxen.
Go ahead.
And they shall whip thee with the dew of heaven. And 7 times shall pass over thee, till thou know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will. And whereas they commanded to leave the stump of the tree roots, thy kingdom shall be sure unto thee. After that thou shalt know that the heavens do rule.
He said, and if you, and the Most High, when he says he left that stump in the ground, meaning he still left an opportunity for that tree to come back. Even though Nebuchadnezzar is a nation, he's a Gentile, the Most High still said, if you repent and you recognize your power in heaven, who the Father is in heaven, I'll still give you an opportunity to get your kingdom back. Read.
Verse 27.
Verse 27. Read.
Wherefore, O king, let my counsel be acceptable unto thee, and break off thy sins by righteousness.
And what was the interpretation and the purpose of Daniel's dream to tell Nebuchadnezzar?
Let my counsel be acceptable unto thee.
What is the hope of everybody in the sword of truth?
And break off thy sins by righteousness.
What is our hope as teachers?
And break off thy sins by righteousness.
Well, he said, let thy counsel be acceptable unto thee. Our counsel and our hope and our desire is that people take what we're trying to give them and receive it and make the necessary changes needed to satisfy the Most High. Read.
Let my counsel be acceptable unto thee, and break off thy sins by righteousness, and thine iniquities by showing mercy to the poor.
It said by doing what?
By showing mercy to the poor.
What was Cain's sin? He was full of rapine and wickedness, extortion, violence. What does the Most High care about? You know what the Most High cares about? He cares about you coming off whatever you have and start giving to the poor, not just be in a state of acquisition and take for yourself. Read.
And thine iniquities by showing mercy to the poor, if it may be a lengthening of thy tranquility.
And the Most High will give a man more time on earth. Read on.
Verse 28. All this came upon the king Nebuchadnezzar. At the end of 12 months, he walked in the palace of the kingdom of Babylon.
So a year later, sometimes we get what? People get what? Forgetful. Sometimes people forget counsels. True. That's why we tell people, right? When you get a counsel, write the counsel down. Get on your phone and push record when you get counsel. Write it down. Take notes of the counsel. Take notes when somebody's giving you instruction on change and repentance. Because what do we do as men and women? We forget. So here's a year later. Daniel already told him what was going to happen to him. 12 months later. Read on.
Verse 30.
12 months later. Read.
The king spake and said, is not this great Babylon that I have built for the house of the kingdom by the might of my power?
He said, I did this. I built this house. Read.
And for the honor of my majesty?
And I decorated my kingdom with the things that I like. Read on. To my taste.
While the word was in the king's mouth.
They said, while I was in his mouth. Read on.
There fell a voice from heaven, saying, O King Nebuchadnezzar, to thee it is spoken, the kingdom is departed from thee.
They said, the kingdom is what?
Departed from thee.
The kingdom is rent from you. This is how the Most High look at us. At any point in time that we get forgetful, when we should have been meditating upon the counsels, we should have been evolving and growing and maturing and confessing and amending our ways. The Most High said, man, the kingdom is out of your hands. Read.
Verse 32. And they shall drive thee from men.
You will be banished. You will be proscribed, like the definition says. Read.
And thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field.
You will be like that ravening bear and that lion, that savage like a lion. You'll have them werewolf tendencies, animalistic predatory tendencies. Read on.
They shall make thee to eat grass as oxen, and 7 times shall pass over thee until thou know that the Most High ruleth.
Until you know what?
Until thou know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men.
Read on.
And giveth it to whomsoever he will. The same hour was the thing fulfilled upon Nebuchadnezzar, and he was driven from men, and did eat grass as oxen, and his body was wet with the dew of heaven, till his hairs were grown like eagle's feathers, and his nails like birds' claws.
And his nails like what?
Birds' claws.
Is this the first time you read about the Most High? When the Most High let a man go, he let that man literally turn into damn near like an animal. Uncivilized, lawless, ruthless. The Most High still was merciful to Nebuchadnezzar because he still let him have an opportunity to come back to him and repent. Read on.
Verse 34. And at the end of days, I, Nebuchadnezzar, lifted up mine eyes unto heaven, and mine understanding returned unto me. And I blessed the Most High.
And he did what?
And I blessed the Most High.
Damn right. Wow. He came to his senses. And this is a nation. This ain't an Israelite. This ain't a Jew. The Most High let the nations come to their senses. How much more does he want us to come to our senses? How much more does he want us to repent? How much more does he want us to confess and make amendments? Read.
And I praised and honored him.
He said, he did what?
And I praised and honored him.
He said, then he changed, he converted. He said, I praise and honor the Most High. Read on.
That liveth forever.
He said, man, the Most High lives forever. Read.
Whose dominion is an everlasting dominion, and his kingdom is from generation to generation. And all the inhabitants of the earth are reputed as nothing. And he doeth according to his will.
And the Most High does what he wants to do. Read.
In the army of heaven, and among the inhabitants of the earth, and none can stay his hand.
And nobody can hold the Most High's hand back. Read.
Or say unto him, what doest thou?
Nobody gets to check the Most High's doing. Read.
Verse 36. At the same time my reason returned unto me, and for the glory of my kingdom, my honor and brightness returned unto me, and my counselors and my lords sought unto me, and I was established in my kingdom, and excellent majesty was added unto me. Now I, Nebuchadnezzar, praise and extol and honor the King of heaven.
He says he does what?
I praise and extol and honor the King of heaven.
Read.
All whose works are truth.
He said all of the Most High's works are what?
Truth.
That means all my works are what?
Lies.
Lies. Read.
And his ways judgment.
And his ways are fair. Read on.
And those that walk in pride.
And he says, and those that what?
And those that walk in pride.
And the Most High got a remedy for those that walk in pride. Read.
He is able to abase.
And the Most High is able to do what?
To abase.
So does it benefit being like Cain?
No.
Does it benefit being like Esau? Does it benefit being like Nebuchadnezzar? No. All the Most High ever wanted from us was to rethink and come off our high horse. Let go of our pride and our arrogance. Let go of our insecurities and our fears. Let go of envy and our wrath. Confess what we do wrong. Make amends and come back and acknowledge him. Or you can hold on to your pride, do it your way, and the Most High will evolve you into a whole nother animal that you don't even recognize. So with that, we're going to say shalom.
Shalom.
We'll see you again on Friday. The water for being in class. I know it's 10:30 almost. Shalom to everybody. Have a good night.
God save you.
Drive safe. Oh, we had the tornadoes down here in San Antonio, so you got to watch out too. Shalom.